They do tend to put in some interesting backstage little surprises. When we get a tape show like this, quite often they'll just film the bits that are in the ring, and then the stuff that's backstage, obviously they don't tend to show that to the crowd, so that won't have been spoiled. So as a result, we should get some tasty things. Talking of tasty things as well, I've got the standees behind me. I want to give a shout out to starcutouts.com. They have kindly sent over a couple of cutouts for us to actually give away. Yeah, we've got a couple of their items in the background, and there is a link in the description as well. They don't just do wrestling ones, but they also do non-wrestling, like Taylor Swift. So I was quite eager to get that in the background, in all fairness. But there will be a video that drops very soon that lets you know how you could win a cutout. So that is recorded, ready to go. But I've had a bit of a nightmare today. I did end up going to the dentist and having a tooth removed, which was horrific. It wasn't horrific. The pain was horrific going to the dentist, but when I was actually there, it was fine. Anyone that's going to the dentist, you don't need to worry. Like, when they were actually doing it, you couldn't feel a thing because they put, they numbed it all. But, yeah, stressful day. So I've been off and done that, come back, had a bit of sleep. I would have liked a little longer, but a bit of sleep. But I got to tell you, I'm feeling better than I felt in about easily a week, probably a week and a half. Maybe 2 weeks. I'm feeling pain-free for the first time in ages. So I'm feeling quite giddy. I'm feeling on top of the world. So yeah, I've got a lot to celebrate as we're on the verge of Crown Jewel. The other thing as well, and I know it's not wrestling related, but oh my God, that Beatles video had me weeping like a little baby. I was probably still feeling the effects of my tooth removal, though. But I played it because I like the song. But I thought I'll check out the video because I knew that was dropping today. And oh my God, it's so good. That video is so good. With all the images at the end and then they take that bow. Oh, I hope that gets to number one. I hope the Beatles get to number one. I don't know that they will. It's obviously a very different world to 1960. Really cool if this last song made it to number one. So I was thinking of going out and actually buying it because you can get it as a single just to help it. It's been a long time since I've tried to help a song get up the charts. Go on, mate. So hopefully that can do it. Mohammed, T. Ali, shout out to you, my friends. Appreciate the support. Welcome. And welcome everyone that's joining us this evening. Let me blast down what I've got written down for SmackDown. Now, I've not looked at spoilers, but I've written down, I think, what was on the WWE website. So I've got these matches that are jotted down, or segments that are jotted down. Yes, there's going to be more out there. Yes, there's spoilers out there. If you know them, I'd say keep them to yourself because what's the fun in spoiling something about an hour before it happens? So I've tried to avoid the spoilers. I'm genuinely not interested. I would much rather watch it and treat it like a normal show. And I do that when we get to Christmas because there tends to be an episode at Christmas that's also taped. So we've got Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio weighing in. That's going to be just a little segment. I mean, it's a weigh-in. When do we ever do weigh-ins? They're just trying to figure something to do, aren't they, other than a promo? So Logan and Rey weighing in could be fun. Brawling Brutes against Pretty Deadly in a Donnybrook rules match. Brawling Brutes, Pretty Deadly. And then we've got Kevin Owens and Austin Theory. So that match as well. And of course, there's going to be tons of promos, video packages, final build as we head towards Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel tomorrow, and it's early as well, my American friends. Early. So if you want to tune in and join us for that watch along, I think we're starting at like 1, I think. 1, and that is going to continue, well, straight the way through, a couple of hours before the kickoff show. Then we go into the kickoff show. Then we go through the whole cards. So, I mean, it's going to be a long stream. I'm probably going to clock in about 7 hours-ish. I don't know what time that is Eastern. In my head, it's probably about 9 a.m. Like, we're in Saudi Arabia. It's early. So it's one of those where, you know, you'll be chatting away with us whilst having your breakfast. So, but yeah. Also, it means we ain't got long to wait, in all fairness. And that's why this is a taped show, so... that is, I think, everything in regards to SmackDown and where we are. Do you want to jump into the chats? Brandon said, Days, I'm here for tonight and tomorrow. I appreciate the streams. Brandon, shout out to you, my friend. Let's predict how much both guys are going to weigh, said It's Anarchy. That's fun. Logan, oh man, he weighed in not long ago for his fight. And I can't remember what he weighed in at. He was I don't think he was a heavyweight. I think he was... Oh, that is tricky. Tricky. I'm going to say Logan is 210, 215. 210, 215, maybe 220. But it's going to be 2-something. 210, 215, 220. Yeah, around that. I'll go 215. Because I'm thinking 210. I'm thinking 220. I might as well just go in the middle. So I'll say 215 for Logan. Rey. Not a flip, man. I never listen to when they announce people's weights. I said that the other day. You know, when they're like, when Samantha Irvin's like, Giovanni Vinci. I never listen to when she says the weight. I don't even know if she does say the weight anymore. I never ever listen to it. I zone out every single time. So Rey is going to be tricky, but he's going to be much lighter, isn't he? So I'm going to guess at about 160, about 160. 50 pound, 60 pound difference between the two. I'll go with that. I would go with that day, said Miss Clown. Who cares about what they weigh? Yeah, fair play. Good point. Good point. James said, Sean Ross Sapp is having a match for Black Label against Shazza McKenzie. How do you know, James? Thought you was blocked. James. No, I saw a picture of him training, actually, or a picture of him saying that he used to be a wrestler. I think he trained with Robinson. You know, we was talking about Billy Robinson the other day, and we were talking about how, for me, he's the best British wrestler because of the impact he had on wrestling. Multiple champion in so many different territories, trained so many people. He put a picture up, and I was thinking of putting him a message going, Sean, is that Billy Robinson? Because it looks just like him, but I thought, what's the point? If he comes back and goes, yeah, it is, I'll be like, oh. And if he comes back and goes, no, I'll be like, oh, okay. So I kind of thought, oh. But I did type it out. I was like, Sean, is that Billy Robinson? But I left it. We'll never know. And moments later, I moved on with my life and I stopped caring anyway, so. Svarta Brander said, I'm stuck at work tonight and tomorrow, killing time. Is that what you do for a living? Killing time? Svarta Brander, shout out to you. What, does that mean that you are going to miss Crown Jewel? Dude, you don't want to be missing Crown Jewel. It is the biggest WWE event of this week. I was going to say November, but I'm pretty sure Survivor Series is the end of the month, and I think that'll be bigger. So I can't even say that. It's the biggest WWE live event in Saudi Arabia this month. Fact, right? And actually, I think the card looks all right. I did my predictions for it. I put them out as a short because, you know, you're busy, I'm busy. You don't want me waffling away. So I've just put them out as a little short thing. Big shout out to everyone that's checked that out. It's appreciated. And I stand by it all. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen anything to really change my mind from the predictions. So rather than go over it again, that video is on the channel now. Mitchell said, do you remember when Cody cut his weight to 206 to snub WWE's 205? 205 is a good limit, honestly. It's that was the limit for the cruiserweight, and I think that was not a bad weight to kind of decide to go for. I think that the cruiserweight, we've said before, could have been introduced a lot better. I think everyone under that 205 should have been eligible for it, rather than it have its own sort of separate roster. That didn't make any sense to me. It was like you were starting another brand, and the championship, the main championship, just happened to be called the Cruiserweight Championship. But if not everyone is going to compete for it, then what's the flipping point? Like, the limit should be 205, and everyone under 205 can go for it. Unless you're going to have an even lower weight class, and then everyone under that would likely go for that one. But they don't, and so they botched it, to be honest. So we've spoke quite a few times about weight classes. I would be okay with seeing a cruiserweight title or a light heavyweight title come in, as long as it is booked correctly and treated right. Dark Angel said, if Taylor Swift started an OnlyFans, the internet would literally break. It's nice to see Roman in the background, said Hacker Tomorrow. Well, do you know what? I've got him over here, actually. I mean, should I? Can't even show you him. It's huge. Hang on. Look at the size of that. Acknowledge me. It is. It won't. I don't even think it will fit behind me, to be honest. Absolutely flipping massive. Look at this. So, yeah. Big shout out to Star Cutouts, who just randomly contacted me, and they were like, do you want us to send you a couple? You can do giveaways. And I was like, yeah. I always look out for you guys. I'm so good. I'm so good. So I've put them in the background, and as I said, there will be a video that will drop on the channel. Days, read the comment without missing it, and you repeat it, and you didn't super chat it, says William. William, shout out to you. Russell Andy, hello. Days, how are you enjoying the earlier start because of the time change? Not a big fan, to be honest. I would much rather that we just do it at the same time every week, and I know what I'm doing. So, like, this is fine, but it's like I'm not used to doing it at this time. And certainly today, after having like a bit of dental work, and when I say a bit, I mean a major surgery. I mean, you know, part of me got removed. I probably could have done with that extra hour, to be honest. Probably could have done with an extra hour in bed, rather than, I think I ended up still with about 5 hours, but that's 5 hours of like the dog constantly disturbing me, wanting to be let out, wanting to come back in, wanting some food. I mean, so I probably could have done with that extra hour. But to be honest, I sort of see tonight, and maybe this is the wrong way to look at it, but I sort of see tonight as a bit of a bonus stream. In the sense of, it's all about tomorrow. Tomorrow is the big stream, of course. Tomorrow is the one that we're all dialed into, we're all focused on. That's the one where we could see a new WWE Universal Champion. We could see a new United States Champion. We could see, there's quite a bit that could happen tomorrow. I expect one title change, and I think it'll be Logan. But anything could happen. It's WWE, you know. If WWE really wanted to like shock the wrestling world, they could put the title on LA Knight, couldn't they? They could do it. And you know, if they want to strengthen that relationship with Saudi Arabia, the title changing hands there, and Roman losing the title there in this big historic, his reign has come to an end in Saudi Arabia against LA Knight, who consistently is up there. I mean, I think he was #1 again for merch sales. So, you know, you're talking about someone that's got crazy fan support in Saudi Arabia. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, right? I think Roman retains, but I'm just saying, like, we can't rule anything out when it comes to WWE, because we see this time and time again. You can sit there and go down the most likely outcomes for each match, but rarely does the likely outcome for each match end up being what happens. So I actually did my predictions, and then I think, was it on the member stream, or can't remember, it was on a stream, but it was we were looking at the odds for Crown Jewel, and it turns out I picked all the favorites. I didn't even know, but it turns out I picked all the favorites. So immediately I'm thinking, well, I doubt all the favorites are going to win. I'm sure they're going to put a swerve in there somewhere. I thought the swerve would be Logan, but it turns out Logan is favorite to win the United States Championship. Turns out he's just ahead. It's close, but he's just ahead of Rey Mysterio retaining. So the odds makers, they are predicting that Logan is going to win that title as well, but it is close. So I thought that was my swerve. I thought that was my big, bold prediction. And then it turns out everyone else is thinking the same thing. Or a lot of people are thinking the same thing. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But so for me, tonight's just a bit of a bonus ball, you know, which I think the clocks change in America soon, don't they? Is it this weekend? So it might be that we go back to that later kind of start time anyway soon. I'm sure it does change this weekend. I looked to see when America was going. I think it said the 5th. Big Time, shout out to you, says, did you hear the Fox executive explain why they decided to not extend SmackDown? He said, we wish the best and we want to move on from them. I didn't hear everything that was said, but I heard them saying that it was to do with the advertising money not being quite what they were looking for. It was below expectation, basically, which, to be honest, I think we could have worked that out in the sense of if it was killing it, then they would have renegotiated. So the fact they didn't renegotiate suggested that financially it wasn't working for them. Normally with a wrestling company, if they're leaving a TV station, it's for like one of 3 reasons. It's normally because that station has run out of money, right? And they can't renew because they haven't got the same money or the money required. It's because the ad revenue ain't going to do it and it ain't cutting it anymore. Or it's because the wrestling is just not fashionable. Wrestling keeps going in these cycles of being like, some TV stations look at wrestling as like cheap, all year round, live action that is great to have on your station. A lot of people, I mean, live is just where it's at. Anything can happen when it's live. And people seem to gravitate more towards live entertainment, live sport, than non-live. So live is certainly something that is seen as a bonus and a benefit. And so there's some people that look at it that way. But then there's other people that are like, wrestling. The fake stuff. And they don't want to be associated with it. So, you know, we go in these cycles. We keep going in these. So for me, it was going to be somewhat along those lines. So for him to come out and give a bit of clarity, saying that, you know, it's down to the advertising. As I said, I only saw a quote, but it was I would imagine the main quote focused on the reason. Kind of looked at it and went, yeah, that makes sense. So, you know, no hard feelings. Que sera, sera. We already know where SmackDown's going. It's on its way to USA Network. What we're waiting for is, where is Raw going? Where is NXT going? What day is SmackDown going to be on? What day is Raw? Can you imagine if SmackDown goes into the Monday spot? What the flip? What will we do then? Monday Night SmackDown? What? Ugh, that doesn't feel right at all. Matthew said, I think most people want to see Roman lose now. It's just a matter of who wants who to do it. For me, I'm not convinced Cody is it, but that's me, says Matthew. Jim said, pre-tape sports is where it's at. Oh. James said, did you see Netflix wants to stream a Jake Paul fight? I didn't. No, I didn't. Miss Clown said, there's such a sweet clip of LA Knight with the kids. He asks him to go to his house, and it's cute. LA Knight asked the kid to go to his house. Dude, that ain't cute. That's Predator. That's Predator action right there. Dude, we've got very different definitions of what cute is. I'm amazed that WWE allowed that to get published. That's pretty shocking, to be honest. That is pretty shocking. Big Time said the ratings are good. Number one in the demo, 52 weeks a year. Unfortunately, advertisers don't want to sell ads to Fox because they feel wrestling fans are broke and they won't buy the products. They're probably right. Inside Out, and again said, was it TMJ? I don't think it was, actually. So, I'll give you the quick story. So I yesterday did a member stream and I could feel it during the member stream. And after the member stream, I took some painkillers, and about an hour and a half later, they had wore off. And the problem is with painkillers, you can only have them like 6 in a 24-hour period, like 3 doses every like 4 hours, but no more than 6 in a 24-hour period. So if they're going to wear off in an hour and a half, like, you can imagine, like, the kind of mental state I was in where I was like, it was really, really pounding, man. And I couldn't get any work done or anything because I was just in. Well, I'll tell you what I did. I got a T-shirt, wrapped it around my head, and put a clip up here so that it would support my jaw. Because I was thinking maybe because I could feel this muscle here was really throbbing. I could feel the tooth here was really going. And I was like, man, I'm just falling apart here. And so I couldn't take the painkillers because I'd already took some. It was throbbing. Flipping had a T-shirt wrapped around my head. And I was like, just look at yourself. Just look at what this has done to you. So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to the dentist. I've given up now. I thought that I might be able to ride it through and it might go away. But it's been a few days. Well, longer, actually. It's been niggling for a while, but intense. I would say probably since Tuesday, where it's been intense. Before that, it was just niggling. So I called them and I was like, look, have you got any emergency have you got any emergency appointments? Got one. Went down. As soon as I walked in, didn't even say hello. She went, bottom right. I was like, yeah, how do you know? She went, it's the one we put the filling in because I've had some dental work. And she said, I had to drill down that far. I was only a wafer away from the nerve. I was only a whisper away from the nerve. I didn't hit the nerve. I know I didn't hit the nerve, but I was worried that it wasn't going to accept it, basically. And so it just turns out that that tooth was just a lost cause. So she was like, do you want a root canal or do you want it, like, removed? And I was like, I ain't having a root canal. First of all, I don't know what one is. And second of all, anytime anyone talks about a dentist, they always go, oh, you don't want a root canal. What's the worst thing a dentist could do? Oh, you don't want a root canal. So straight away in my head, I was like, I ain't having a root canal. No to a root canal. And she laughed. Like, I think she's probably heard that quite a few times before. And she's like, well, taking the tooth out will be an easier process. And I was like, look, we'll just do what you think's best. I mean, like, I don't want pain. Whatever's not going to give me pain. But I'm in pain anyway. So is more pain going to be a problem if I'm already in pain? So she was like, we'll take it out. So I tell you, she injected into it and everything. And then she sort of got, like, it was all numb. Felt like someone boshed me in the face. Then she got in there and I think she was starting to loosen it, like trying bringing it up a little bit. And she was like, just let me know if you feel anything. And all you can feel is pressure, really. You can't feel any pain. So she's in there, like, I don't know, with a screwdriver, right? Trying to Black & Decker thing, trying to get it up. And then she gets these massive things, this clamp, this wrench, this God only knows what, pliers that flipping belong to Andre the Giant. And she's like, right, this should not hurt at all. I'm like, okay. Okay. She's like, if you feel any pain, you let me know immediately. Right, I was like, all right. And then she's like, and you can hear it like cracking and everything. It's all in here, though. It's all psychological because, like, you cannot feel a single thing. Like, my whole side of this face was numb. And eventually she gets it out. I never saw it once it was out. But she was like, trying to rinse your mouth. My mouth was all numb. So I was like, no, I think it's all right. And she went, right, put that on the thing. So I put it on, thanked her, and off I went, whatever. And then as I was outside, I could feel something. So I spat it out. It was just blood. Just blood. And I wiped, like, here, it's just blood. I just had blood. Just blood everywhere. And so I'm standing there with, like, blood all coming down. I'm trying to find a way of mopping it all up. And I've had quite the day. So you can see why I'm so excited to be sat here watching wrestling on the verge of a WWE Premium Live event with no bloods, having, you know, a little nap, little whatever. I'm good to go. And I'm pain-free. I'm so excited at that news. I've got to tell you, if someone suffers from chronic pain, I just have got, I can't even begin to put into words how much sympathy I've got, because that for the past few days was driving me insane. Like it was consuming my life. I couldn't get work done. I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't function normally, and it was a real problem. And so there's people out there that have to live with like chronic pain, and I don't know how they do it. I even Google searched it to see how people do it and what they do, and they're just like, it's like it just gives advice like try and go to work. Try and exercise, but don't over exercise. And it's just like if you've got chronic pain, which is just permanent pain, like there's heartbreaking, man. The world is a cruel place. But if you're having a tough time at the moment, all I would say is just take that minute to remember that you've got your health, right? Or that you at least are not in a worse position than where you are, because I feel giddy with excitement right now at the fact that I'm pain-free at the moment. It's a gift. It's a real gift. Wrestler Andy said, now you see how so many wrestlers can end up on painkillers. Yeah, well, do you know, it's a slippery slope, innit? It's a real slippery slope. I mean, look at this. I've got paracetamol. I've got Strepsils for some reason. I've got the Nurofen down here, but not just one Nurofen. I've got a second Nurofen. And there's a couple left in there, but I mean, I got pills, baby. I got pills. You need something, you call me. And honestly, when you're in pain, if the thing says like you can have 2 every 4 hours, but don't have any more than 6 in 24. If that has wore off and you've had your 6 and you've still got another 5-6 hours to go, and then you need to try and sleep. I'll tell you now, you're having some, because I did. You know, to me, all of a sudden, this stuff became a guideline, right? Just a recommendation. Just, we think you should do this kind of a situation. And I, you know, tried my best to follow it. But when you're in pain, like wrestlers are, I mean, you know, I've heard so many times wrestlers, you know, rarely are 100%. Always got a niggle, always got a problem, always got a tweak, a twinge, a back pain, you know, a trapped nerve. There's always something wrong with when you're a wrestler. And we know that can drastically catch up with you when you finish in ring as well. I mean, how many old ex-wrestlers come out and they're all like, do you know what I mean? Bodies are beaten up and battered and broken, and it's a tough game, this is, man. It's a tough game, like, being a wrestler. I do. I completely understand how they get hooked onto painkillers, and I think there's a bit more knowledge around it now, though. I think there's a bit more support around it. I think the medical staff are a bit better than they used to be back in the day, but even so, you know, it's, yeah. An interesting conversation that I wasn't expecting, to be honest. Bismo said, I suffer from chronic pain daily due to a condition. I take no pain meds except for Tylenol pain meds because they make me sick. Bismo, I'm so sorry to hear that. I've got nothing but the utmost respect for you and anyone that deals with pain on a regular basis, chronic pain. It's, I don't have words. I don't have words. Having been through just a little glimpse, just a glimpse of what it could be like, must be like. The only way I could word it would be like if you, for some other reason, decided that you was going to wear a thing over your eyes to see what it was like if to be blind, and you did that for a few days. Like you can't understand what it's like. You can't even begin to understand what it's like because you know you can always like remove it. Just like me. I mean, I was in horrific pain, but I knew that I could always go to the doctor to get it sorted. But those people that don't have that as an option, that really there's nothing there to help them. Oh God. I've just peered. I've just had a look in the window of what they must go through. It's a cruel world, man. It's a cruel world. Planet Dan ASMR, shout out to you, my friend. I really appreciate the support. Mitchell said, "Days, it's my birthday on the 6th. Happy birthday for the 6th. What is the 6th, bud? Are we streaming on that day? I mean, we stream every day, though. It's Monday, it's Raw. Okay. Well, I expect cake. Bud. Every time it's someone's birthday, like you tend to bring a cake into work. So I think that's a lot of cake, to be honest, because this is a big community. But I'm not the only one that's going to be expecting cake. Yeah. But happy 13th birthday for the 6th, buds. Planet Dan ASMR, shout out to you, my friends. Massively appreciated. Did you see the video where a kid went trick-or-treating as Finn Balor? He knocked on a door and Finn answered. Imagine, I haven't seen that video, no. Imagine how cool that would be. On a side note, I would like to be the kid that knocks. I wouldn't like to be the kid that knocks on Brock's door. No, I haven't seen that video. Where, I feel like, do they put these things on Twitter? Or are these things just like hidden away on Instagram? Because I never go on Instagram. A fan dressed up as Demon Balor and randomly knocked on his door. Did he? Maybe I'm maybe lifers, but maybe my toothaches wore me down. Part of me wonders. Part of me just wonders that they live in the same neighborhood as Finn. Might know that Finn lives at that house, and they're like, imagine if you dressed as Finn and knock on his door. Part of me just wonders that. I'm not sure if I'm buying into this randomly thing, but either way, I've got the video. Well, I don't think I have the video of him actually knocking on the door. That's the bit in it that you want to see, really. That's the bit you want to see. You want to see the bit where he actually knocks on the door, and Finn opens the door. There we go, look. So there's the kid that's dressed as Finn. There's Finn. She could have come as Rhea Ripley, couldn't she? Lazy. And there's the kid as well. A fan dressed as Demon Finn Balor ended up randomly knocking on Finn's door. Random. Maybe. This is the type of content that makes me feel oozy. That's good. Oh. La Riz is getting emotional. Yeah, I think I'm just broken, to be honest. Look at all these lovely responses, right? All these people getting emotion. I'm here going, nah, wasn't random. Ain't buying that. If I lived in the same neighborhood as Finn Balor, I'd flipping know about it. Well, that's lovely, that is, Planet Dan. That is lovely. And to be honest, I don't think you'd have to worry about being a kid that knocked on Brock Lesnar's door, because I can't imagine for a second Brock Lesnar would allow you anywhere near his door. I'd imagine you'd have to get past gates. You'd have to get past guards. You'd have to get past dogs, wolves, bears, sharks. I'd imagine, like, get into even see Brock Lesnar would be a mission. Will this be a weekly thing, changing the threesome in the background? That is quite the threesome, isn't it, to be honest? That is quite the threesome. It could be. It could be. I wanted to put them in because I felt a bit bad, to be honest, because I haven't put the video up, and I really wanted to get it up before Crown Jewel, and I mean, like, I've recorded it, but I haven't, like, got it ready to upload. So I was like, oh man, like they were kind enough to send them through, and so I feel like I'm sort of being a bit shady. But I proper did have operation today. You know what I mean? Proper. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't off living the high life. So, I don't know. Yeah, maybe we could switch them around. I got to say, you know, a lot of people do say, why you want a roof, right? I do get that quite often. And like, you know, I don't really have an answer. It's not my problem. But this might be a better way of like filling it out. Might not seem so lonely if I just like over time start adding to it. But, you know, come back in about a year's time, this is going to look like the flipping Sgt. Pepper's album cover. You know, it's just going to be faces everywhere. But yeah, we could maybe have a little look at that. Edward said, days for tooth pain, use whiskey or brandy or swirl it around the affected area. It does help with pain. That's why they did it in the old days. Bum, bum, bum. I did have a whiskey, and maybe that would have been better. But I just fancied a little bit of Bayley's, to be honest, as well. So, mate, I tried everything. I tried alcohol, and it did soothe it. It did, right? So I tried that. I mean, you got to remember, I've been in pain since Tuesday. So that story I told you of like running out of painkillers with like 5 hours to go, that wasn't just a one-day thing. So I tried alcohol. I tried I'll tell you what else I tried. Do you know those things, those bowls, and you get the crusher, that thing, like you mash up garlic, right? I was doing that, created this paste of just garlic, bit of salt in there as well, and then rub that on the tooth. I mean, it was garlic. I don't mind garlic. I don't mind it in food, but actually just crushing it, creating a paste and rubbing it on an affected area. And it didn't do anything. I didn't find that it provided any relief. So that sucked, to be honest. And then the other one, which I've just thrown away, was salt water. I had a cup of salt water, which is just boiling water with a teaspoon of salt. And you're meant to like swirl that round, and that's meant to soothe it. That was okay. I'd say that was better than the garlic. I enjoyed the whiskey the most, but nothing touched paracetamol. Nothing touched paracetamol. Paracetamol is amazing. It's whoever invented it, God bless that person. Yeah, John Paracetamol, if you are watching, you've killed it. Because like that just. You know, it's so funny because I had like that t-shirt around my head and everything, and I was trying all these things, and I'd take paracetamol. They'd take a while to go, but it would take it away, and I'd be sitting there and I'd be like, do you know what? It's not that bad. It's not that bad, actually. I think I'm coping with it quite well now. And it was just the paracetamol that took effect. That was all it was. I was like, I am such a big, brave boy. I'm doing such a good job right now. Turns out it's just paracetamol doing its thing. And then as soon as it wore off, I went back to crying again. Days are Raw, SmackDown, and NXT moving days. I would just keep it as it is, says Daniela. We don't know what's happening. They can move days. SmackDown has moved days many times. It's been on Tuesdays. It's been on Thursdays. Now it's on Friday. So that absolutely can move days. NXT, of course, was on a Wednesday and then moved to a Tuesday. So yeah, they absolutely can. It really depends where they're going and what that platform wants. The other thing as well is if they've negotiated with USA Network, SmackDown, it might be that they've said we will take SmackDown, but we want it to replace Raw on a Monday. And if they're going to do that, then they can't keep Raw on a Monday, can they? They can't put Raw on a Monday on a different platform at the exact same time as SmackDown. But USA Network, they are used to having Monday Night Raw on a Monday. That's the wrestling show. So if they've bought SmackDown, then yeah, I mean, it's not out of the realms of possibility that SmackDown could move to a Monday. And then we could look at Raw moving to a Tuesday or any other day. And we'll fit in NXT wherever. as we like work through these negotiations. At the end of the day, money talks, innit? Simple as that. Money talks. We are not set in stone on anything, and money can change pretty much anything. So it's not a case of like, oh, I think this works best on a Monday, or I think this works best on a Tuesday. It's, I'm going to give you a load of money. You can have it, but I want it on this day. And, you know, you have to just decide, does the money warrant the day, you know? Or is it better to take a lower offer, but keep the day that you want to keep? Like, these are all parts of the negotiations, aren't they? I don't know that USA are going to move it from a Friday, you know? I don't know that they are. Part of the negotiation could have been, we ain't moving it. It's a Friday. That's, people know that's the day for SmackDown. Plus, also, we're trying to sell Raw, and people buying that will want that on a Monday, so we ain't doing it. That easily could have been laid down at the very beginning. So nothing set in stone at all, but we'll have to wait and see, because we don't know what's happening with Raw and NXT. Like, we're still waiting to find out where they're going to fit into everything, you know. I'm trying to think if there was anything in the announcement that said that it wasn't moving days for SmackDown. I can't remember, to be honest. Can't remember if they said it was definitely staying on a Friday or not. I know it's moving to USA Network, but I can't remember if they said it was definitely staying on a Friday. But either way, once we get the Raw news, then we'll have a full picture and we can take it from there. But yeah, you got to be flexible in this game, kids. Got to be flexible. Have you seen the set for tomorrow? I saw the set. Yeah, it looked good. I mean, it's normal canopy above the ring. The entrance stage looked quite nice. Thought they did a pretty good job. Yeah, looked pretty good. Jack said, you have got best live stream. You can tell you put the time in. Well, Jack, joke's on you. I don't put any time in whatsoever. And good bits of information. Jack, shout out to you, dudes. I really appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I massively appreciate everyone that joins us. And, you know, we are just focused on watching the show, honestly reacting to it. Obviously, there's loads about WWE that we enjoy, so you know, it's by and large going to be all positive, all good stuff. But if there is something to be like, nah, that's not what I would have done or whatever, then we don't shy away from those conversations. But yeah, it's about having a good time and just sharing a passion for wrestling, you know. So I love it. I love WWE. I love wrestling. And I know that all of you do as well. And unfortunately, we are in the minority. I wish more people loved wrestling. But sadly, it's not quite on trend. You know, you don't tend to like see people talking about it in the mainstream that often unless there's a wrestler on trying to promote something. So it's, I wouldn't say it's like well on the outskirts, you know. It's not like dark web stuff, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's not that. It's not like a snuff movie. But it is fortunate that it's probably not more popular. So we're a band of brothers and sisters, you and I. Mrs. Armour Forever Firefly said, one thing I will say as someone that has lived with chronic pain. I didn't know you'd lived with chronic pain, buds. I want to go back to where your comment was. There it is. I wish more people would understand that you don't need to see pain to believe me. It is there. My smiling is despite the pain, not because it stopped. Yeah, that is... Yeah. To be honest, I don't know if I've ever met anyone with chronic pain, but I could imagine that being a frustration. It's hard. It's you know, it's hard. I mean, I was in like so much pain that you want people to know, like, I'm in pain and I really need some help. And I would imagine that suffering in silence must be such a mental strain as well. Like, oh, it's just awful. Just awful. It was eye-opening. Hawkins said, I want to get a cardboard cutout of Days. Wow, listen. All you need to do, you just need to hit up starcutouts.com right there. The ones that have provided the Roman cutout. I think actually, not only have we got a Roman cutout, but they said in an email they will send out whichever one the winner wants. So that is probably better, isn't it? That way you can just choose one. I do think it's going to only be people in the UK, though, to be honest. Right? I know it's a poo-poo. I know it's a poo-poo. But these things aren't the easiest to, like, ship internationally. Plus, I think you've got a lot of websites in the US. I think you can get these things on Amazon as well. So if you have been inspired and you've thought, actually, that might be cool for Christmas. Because they do quite a few. I don't want to get dragged into, like, you know, going through the whole range and all that kind of stuff. You can see it on the website. There is a cool one, though, that I must say that I really like the look of, which is Undertaker and Paul Bearer stood next to each other. Paul Bearer's got the urn and Undertaker stood behind him, so you're getting like a 2-for-1 deal. And I'll tell you the one that I would have had for myself. I would have happily bought it, right? Andre the Giant. In fact, do they do an Andre the Giant cutout? They don't. Star Cutouts don't. I already looked. But can you get an Andre the Giant cutout? Let's have a look. What's that? You can get a picture. Oh, it's only A3. Well, I thought it was going to be like life-size picture. Mini cutout. You can get a mini Andre the Giant cutout. I don't think you can, you know. Oh, is that one? No, that's just a picture. No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can get an Andre. Ah, there is one, but it's a mini one. That's no good, is it? What's that? Just put on your desk or something. Do you know, I've got figures. Don't need that. I just think, like, if you come round, open the door, walk in, bang, there's Andre the Giant, you know? That's pretty sick, isn't it? That's pretty sick. But sadly, it doesn't look like it is a thing. Maybe I could fire a feedback letter. A suggestion. I'll pop it in the suggestion box. Dot Knight said, Days, I saw Michael J. Fox in a garden centre before. I think it was him. He had his Back to the Fuchsia. That's nice. That's nice. That's good. That's good. Back to the Fuchsia. It was a bit of a walk to get there, but it was worth it when we got there. Respect, Dot Knight. I knew you were trouble when you walked in, says Dark Angel. Now we've got Bad Bloods. Oh, we've got a Swiftie. We've got a Swiftie. Hasib said, Days, have you seen the rumours that WWE want to bring Ronaldo in tomorrow for Crown Jewel? He's got a game at the same time, but Ronaldo will come in the near future when they're next in Saudi. Yeah, I mean, I always just took that as that being him in the crowds. And I didn't really take it as him, like, coming down to the ring and standing in the ring. If that's what it was going to be, then that would be huge, you know? But I don't need to see Ronaldo do a destroyer on flipping Omos, right? Because apparently this is what we do now. We get super famous people and all of a sudden they can beat up the wrestlers, right? Don't need that. No, I don't think anyone's asking for that. If you want to give me Ronaldo versus Messi in a match, I'll watch that quite happily. Triple threat with Neymar. Let's go. But, yeah, I always took it that it would just be him in the crowd, to be honest. I always took it that it would just be him sat there, because they do that, don't they? They do that in Saudi Arabia. Like Eminem and all those old boxing legends, they were all at Tyson Fury and Ngannou. They were brought over, and they're just there to give the event a bit more star power, you know, kind of make it feel a bit bigger and a bit more special. So I was thinking it would be something like that, but maybe he would have got in the ring. I'm totally down for him getting into the ring and messing up Shane McMahon. Got no issue with that. Quite happy to watch that. If he wants to do a little summit, you know. David said, there's a report out that Fox didn't renew SmackDown due to not getting a return on investment per Fox CEO during a 2024 Q1 earnings conference call. David's just come off that conference call, getting all the latest goss for us. John, shout out to you. I'm good, thank you. I hope you're well. We're 11 minutes away from the show. Start getting excited. Start getting excited. Big Time said, Days, Fightful have reported today that they've heard from Warner Brother Discovery that if AEW can't reach an agreement, they are open to landing Raw and NXT on TBS and TNT, which is why WWE is waiting to see their move. That's interesting. That's interesting. That puts a little bit of pressure on AEW, doesn't it? Because all of a sudden they can't ask for like an astronomical number because, well, if it gets too big, we'll just go and get Raw and NXT. You know, that seems to have a bigger audience anyway. So for that money, like this is the side of the business world where there very much is a war. In all fairness, I think there's a war that's raging on all sides of AEW and WWE, but certainly on that business front, you know, when it comes to TV deals and the different positionings, it can be very interesting. Jim said, please check out Nova Rockefeller's new video, Lost Girls. Nova Rockefeller. What's this, Jim? Is this one of them dirty films again? Because Nova Rockefeller certainly sounds like... You know what I mean? Sounds like one of those people. What's your name? My name's Nova. What's your surname? My name's Rockefeller. Nova Rockefeller. Okay. Nice to meet you. Why are you taking your top off? Don't stop. I've never heard of Nova Rockefeller. In my mind, it is a porn actress, yes. I'll tell you who I've been loving, and again, we're not going to stay on this subject, but oh my God, I am now a super stan of Bjork. I know. I was surprised as well. I used to work in an entertainment store selling CDs and everything, and Bjork is someone that I honestly never got around to like really listening to. I know her It's Oh So Quiet song, and I never rated it, never liked it. I thought the video was okay, but it was one of those songs that it deterred me from exploring her catalogue more than it invited me to explore her catalogue. I was like, that's the Oh So Quiet woman. I remember when her Greatest Hits came out, just out of interest, I looked on the back to see if It's Oh So Quiet was on there, and it wasn't on there. No, that was the only song I knew. And I don't know what it was the other day. It might have been The Pain, but I decided to search best Bjork songs, just out of interest. Probably to see if It's Oh So Quiet was number one. And it came back with a song called Hyper Ballads and Bachelorette. And I listened to them and I was like, oh my God. I mean, I was shook. I was shook. Mate, if you've not heard Bjork, Hyper Ballads or Bachelorette, it sounds like the end of the world. It's so big. Her voice is just soaring. The music, the orchestra is like, ah! It's one of them where you play it and you're like, it's amazing. Amazing. So yeah, I'm a Bjork stan now. So all you Swifties can do one. I'm a Bjorksty. Although I don't really like what I've heard of her new stuff. That sounds a bit too weird. But go back to 90s Bjork. Bora said, Days, what do you think about Cena breaking Ric Flair's record? He only needs one more, says Bora. I wouldn't do it. Because why do you want to break the record? You want to break the record because you want to promote the person that's done it, right? You want to say this is the person that's had more title reigns than anyone else, right? you can sort of do it with Cena, but you can't do it with Cena. I mean, Cena's pretty much done. The reason that we've just enjoyed this run out of him is because of the strike. And so, you know, and he's a draw anyway. So I don't know really what we gain by giving it Cena. I know that if you want to be petty, now that Ric Flair is over in AEW, if you want to just do it so they can't brag, because he signed a multi-year deal. So if you want to do it just for the reason that they can't then promote him as the person that's won the most championships in wrestling, world championships in wrestling. If you want to do it just for that reason, it's a bit petty, but I would understand. But to be honest, for me, the person that should do it should be someone that has still got a few years left in the tank so that you can get a few years of promoting them. You know, Randy would have been perfect. Randy could have broke that record, and then you could have him go around for a few years and build to big matches and everything. This is the guy that's won more world championships than anyone else, and he's still competing, and you can still build, like, you know, WrestleMania main events, SummerSlam main events, and that fact would be a really good fact to have to, you know, help elevate it. I'll tell you who it looks like it's going to be, Charlotte, and I don't know if people are going to think if that's going to count or not. It probably shouldn't count, but you know WWE are going to use it. You know that they'll use that as a way of, like, you know, doing what I've just said. So she'll break that records, and then they'll have her for a few years, hopefully, to go around and promote her as the person that's won more world championships in professional wrestling than anyone else. And then they'll use it for that. And then, you know, they can't really advertise that over on... And I don't think Rick will mind losing that to his daughter. Not that he's going to get any say, to be honest. But, yeah, this is why I wouldn't do Cena. Just because if we get him back, it's going to be for one match. It's going to be the odd thing here and there, just like it was last year. He nearly went the whole of last year without having a match, and he ended up doing a tag match on the very last show, SmackDown, on like December 30th. And I don't think we would have got him this time around had it have not been for the strike. I think we would have got him maybe for WrestleMania, you know? But to be honest, he's talking of wrapping it up, isn't he? You know, he's talking of, like, it coming to an end. So, how, you know, he could do it just to take it away from Ric Flair. But I would be a lot more focused on, you know, who have we got coming through that we could potentially give that to. As I said, the only reason I can think that you would want to do it now is to just take it away from Ric Flair, which I do understand. I do understand the logic there. But Carlin, 1985 Gareth said, Days, great stream. Carlin, 1985 Gareth, so I really appreciate it, dudes. Really appreciate it. Mitchell said, I enjoyed the quiz you did on the member stream. I think you should do more of that. It was fun. Yeah, we will. We will. To be honest, that kind of content, I mean, there's a channel that I saw. Was it the Stash Club or something? I saw a video of theirs, and they were doing something along those lines, and seemed like they were massively popular. Seemed like they're doing some great stuff at the moment. But that's not the kind of content that I want to be doing. Just because, like, I am more interested in live streams and doing, like, reviews and talking about wrestling rather than doing, like, quizzes and, like, name that theme song or whatever. It's killing it for them, and they're killing it. I mean, they're doing a great job with it anyway, so, you know, God bless them. But, yeah, it's not really the kind of thing I want to do. But it's the kind of thing that we can definitely just chuck into the end of a member stream. You know, I agree. We did one yesterday where we tried to name all of the people that have been inducted in the Hall of Fame. We only had 17 minutes. There was 149. We ended on 97. We would have got over 100. In fact, I would say comfortably over 100. But, oh my God, like, trying to get the spellings correctly And then, of course, I was messing up. So, like, you know, I'd put, like, the wrong letter in. So it'd be, like, B Ricky Steamboat. I had not took the B out at the start because I'd tried, you know, Big Show before or something. And so it just kind of meant that we were battling against the clock and trying to spell, like, how the hell do you spell Arnold Schwarzenegger? Like, that was a nightmare. Stacy Keebler was surprisingly difficult as well, trying to spell that name. Turns out Stacy is Stacy. There's no EY. So yeah, there was it was fun. I agree, and we'll definitely look to do that again next week. I think we will do another one next week. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. Right, we are about to start SmackDown. Let's get to Delwyn. Delwyn said, I'm glad you're feeling better, Days. Thank you, my friends. Talking about pain, Undertaker talking with Stone Cold Podcast about the pyro incident during the Chamber in 2010. Yeah. So Undertaker came out, pyro went off, he got like 2nd-degree burns over a lot of his body, and then he had to basically stand in the elimination chamber in the pod, slowly cooking as his body continued to burn and burn and burn. And he still carried on with the match, God bless him. Triple H had a similar incident where I think his was dry ice, and it was meant to like come out and be like ice. Instead, it went directly onto him. And apparently, if you get dry ice directly onto you, it can burn. And so that was, I want to say, just before his match against Batista at WrestleMania 35. But I could be remembering that wrong. Definitely Triple H, and I want to say definitely WrestleMania, and I want to say WrestleMania 35. And you know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I've said it. Right, we are about to get underway then with this week's SmackDown. So, Darwin, shout out to you, buds. So, LA Knight last week saying, acknowledge me to Roman Reigns. Miss Dal Jr. said, would you want WrestleMania to come to London? Would you go? I would go to Access, but I wouldn't go to WrestleMania because I would want to stream it with you guys. That's the problem that I've got. WrestleMania is a massive stream for us in the channel. So, like, not only do I want to hang out with you guys and live react with you guys and chat away with you guys, like, I genuinely want to do that. Because if I was sat in WrestleMania on my own, I would very much feel like something was missing, you know? So, like, being able to chat with you guys about it. And also, it's a big stream. Like, there's a lot of people that join us for that stream as well. So, I that's the problem, really. I don't think I'd be able to go, no. But I would love to do Access. I've said before, Access to me is actually a bigger deal. I would love to go to Access, and I would love to go into an elimination chamber, and I'd love to see the new Mattel figures, and I'd love to, have a picture in front of the Firefly Funhouse, and I'd love to see the Hall of Fame exhibition, and then do some meet and greets, and go to the shop, and you can do like an entrance and all this kind of stuff, and jump off the top turnbuckle. There was one they had one year where you could climb the top turnbuckle and then do an elbow into like this foam pit. Right, and like do an elbow drop. Imagine that, climbing a turnbuckle and then doing an elbow drop. That's sick, isn't it? That is sick. It's like a flipping wrestling Chuck E. Cheese. Just loads of different activities, loads of exhibitions, loads of actual ring war stuff, actual sets, loads of stuff that comes out the warehouse. I mean, that to me is just, when are you ever going to see that? Oh God, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? And think of some of the meet and greets. They bring out the legends for their meet and greets as well. So yeah, I'd do Access, and that wouldn't get in the way of anything. But would I like to see it come to London? Of course, absolutely. I think London's one of the great cities of the world, and I think that it has been, dare I say, a little underserved when it's come to wrestling. I think they've done a good job of giving us Raws and SmackDowns, but I think we can agree there hasn't been enough premium live events. I mean, the last premium live event was Money in the Bank, and then, I mean, there have been some, pay-per-views that have come from the UK, but I mean, nothing significant since SummerSlam 92. That's the bit that feels like we're a bit underserved, but I get a feeling that's probably going to change now. Here's LA Knight. I feel like it's going to change because we've seen them doing a lot more international shows. Right, LA Knight. I don't know what this is, to be honest. It's probably just a promo. See what LA Knight's got to say. He's got a white shirt. He's going for that WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship. See what LA Knight's got to say. He's going to have confidence. Mr. Friday Night sign. Let me talk to you sign. Must be like a dream for him, this. All these signs and all these people in, like, LA Knight shirts. Okay. So he says, it's surprising how quickly 1,200 days can come to an end. We on Fox for a rating. Yeah, we're back on Fox. Ellis Dub said, I can't say I'm extremely excited for Crown Jewel. Is anyone else that way? There's a few matches that I'm up for, but other matches just look average at best. I am up for it because it is a WWE Premium Live event. They have been good this year. You never know what they're going to do. Drew could be given the win. LA Knight could be given the win. But, yeah, I don't think it's unfair to say that this ain't like a SummerSlam. This ain't a WrestleMania. This ain't a Royal Rumble. Here's Roman. Such an big start to his song, innit? Just, you know, someone big's coming. But this has been pre-recorded, but it feels more real than boxing lately, said Fortnite. William says, also, we paid sub members only get chat perks, comments read. It's $2.99 a month USA. William, shout out to you, buds. Jason said, I'm looking forward to seeing the Royal Rumble. It's a little way off, end of January. It'll be soon come around. Roman is stepping out with Paul Heyman. Roman is on his own. Oh, diddums. He's on his own with Paul Heyman. No Solo, no Jimmy. Obviously, LA Knight might want to bear that in mind. Dun, 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 dun. Paul Heyman staring at Roman. He's not looking at LA. He's looking at his tribal chief. And Roman is making his way down to the ring. So, what are they going to do to put the final touches to the main event of Crown Jewel? Sometimes they do pre-records, but not most times, said Juan. That's true. I've said before, I mean, look, the spoilers are out there. I genuinely don't know what's going to happen. Because I'm not interested. I'm not interested in spoilers. What's the point? When we're going to watch the show anyway. So I haven't looked, but you do normally get some backstage segments that have not been revealed. So there could still be some talking points here that have not leaked out, you know. Roman on the edge of the ring, staring at LA Knight. Looking him up and down. Rose up the ones. My favorite moment with Roman was on College Game Day when Lee Corso said, "Not so fast, my friend," to him. Roman had an angry face and then he smiled, said Jason. That's what she said. Days, do you normally do live streams during premium live events? Yep. Been doing them since 2018. So we've done them for all of them, but when they pre-records, I think, didn't they do this after last week's show? I think they did last week's show and then they recorded this straight after. But they'll only record the stuff that's actually out in front of the people. That's why I think there'll be quite a bit of backstage and video packages. Because they ain't going to want to keep these people around for too long, you know? These people have already sat through an episode of Smackdown. And I don't know if they don't film something before, like main event. It might be main event that gets recorded, then Smackdown. And now they're sitting through an extra Smackdown. Getting banged for your buck there, aren't you? Not a bad ticket to buy that. LA Knight chants. Smackdown isn't available on the website for me. I guess no Smackdown this week, said George Vlogs. Smackdown's not available on their website. How come? Shouldn't be an issue that it was pre-recorded. Okay. Roman. After all this time, I thought it was very clear who the tribal chief is. I'm Roman Reigns. I'm the tribal chief. I'm the head of the table. And I'm the face of the WWE. Not to argue. He's introduced himself to LA Knight. A lot has changed around here. I expect someone to step up. I didn't think it'd be you. You managed your time wisely. And you've got these people on your side. Go ahead, chant his name, said Roman. Because this is the last night that's going to happen. I pushed us forward. It looks like you're setting us back. They call this cinema, what I do. Heyman says, and you are the star. Roman's doing a great job at this promo. What have you done? Oof. Cosplay a redneck version of my cousin. This little dream that you're living in, it's done now. A redneck version of my cousin. That's a... Hope LA Knight's got something good to come back with. I'm sure he will. So he said that he's going to smash him, but don't worry, you won't be the last one. A redneck version of my cousin. That was a good line, says Dark Angel. Roman is cold, said NYC Man of War. This is the tippy top, innit? This is what you're up against if you're going to the top of this industry. I'm not here to finish something. I'm here to start something. I'm here to start the LA Knight era. You're a megastar because you carry that title. I'm a megastar because I live it every damn day. I don't do warning shots. The only bloodline that'll be visible is one that's running right down between your eyes. Well, it's a good verbal exchange, isn't it? LA Knight, I think Roman had the best line. LA Knight responding with just passion. And it definitely makes you want to see the match. LA Knight is elite on the mic, said Ellis-Dub. Michael said that was good. WWE will let Reigns cheat just to say he's the greatest, said Gerald's. Roman holding up that championship. There we go. Opening salvo is complete. We know they do this most of the time, said Juan. Erased Mind said still a neutered version of the Attitude Era. Brandon said they're clearly wasting time. Oh, I thought it had some merit. I like the Roman line, and I think that LA Knight responding by saying, I'm not trying to finish something, I'm trying to start something, was quite nice phrase. Oh, hello, brick wall that breaks. What's this? With a wrecking ball with a KO on it. New CGI for Kevin Owens. He came in like a wrecking ball. Let's go. Let's go. New Kevin Owens CGI. Right, Nick Aldis and Eli Drake have got history. A small setup, an inside screw Roman job, says Roddy. KO. Austin Theory. I don't think some of us realise Roman is presented as a cheater on purpose. You're not supposed to like him or want him to win. The whole point is for us to want him to lose. DeBossa said, I think Rio was asking Drew to become the leader of Judgment Day, helping him win the title at Crown Jewel, and then his first act will be to remove Damian Priest. Michael said, Roman should face Rollins at Survivor Series. It's perfect storytelling. They debuted 10 years ago at Survivor Series 2013 in the main event. Now 10 years later, was it 2013? Was it 2012? I would have said 2012, but I could also be wrong. And I need to look now, because if I'm going to be wrong, I need to know that I'm going to be wrong. It was 2012, but I only wanted to know so that I knew. Because I don't want to be thinking it's 2012 if it was actually 2013. Brony said they just don't know what to do with Theory. It's a good thing he's young because they clearly don't know how to book him, but hopefully that changes as time passes. Wan said they never show the background in a pre-records. They never show the backgrounds in a pre-record. What? Hope we eat good tonight. I hope we eat good tonight. Since SmackDown is moving networks, would WWE screw with their own ratings to mess with Fox? Since SmackDown is moving networks, would WWE screw with their own ratings to mess with Fox? No, I don't think so. It's not really any benefit, is there? I mean, there's no benefit because you want as many people watching so that when you move, hopefully they'll come and follow. If you like mess up your ratings and you have less people watching you, I've got to think you're starting from a lower base when you move networks to try and then increase it. It must be easier. I've got to think it's easier to get as many viewers as possible and hope that as many of them move over with you rather than purposefully harm yourself with some poor booking or whatever and then move over and try it. You know, you're starting from a much lower base then, so I wouldn't be buying into that. Russell Andy said, I'm not sure if my calculations are right, but I think about a third of Roman's entire WWE career has now been the one title run. I think it would be, yeah, about that, wouldn't it? 10 years or 11 years. 3 years as champion, is it? So 369. It's probably coming up to about a quarter, isn't it? Would it be next year? Would be a quarter? Well, actually, no, because it would continue into next year as well, isn't it? It's probably some awful fraction that I can't work out, but rough ballpark. Grayson, did you see his message? He had a couple of messages that he put on social media talking about how awful it was having to go to Scotland. And he said that, like, the women there all look and sound like Shrek. And he was saying, like, that for Halloween he could be in a hot country where, like, a load of nines dress up looking good, and instead he's in, like, the UK where it's cold and everyone looks and sounds like Shrek. It was really fun. Good little tweet and a little video clip that he put out. It made me think of Wrestle with Andy, actually. Because you're Scottish. Do you think that Theory would be in Saudi? Waller is set for a segment tomorrow. Yeah, they'd probably take him over, yeah. I don't know if they've got any other shows on at the same time. Austin Theory has got a great face, not a punchable face, says Austin Theory. What about Kevin Owens' face? That's a rough one. That's the kind of face only a mother could love. A-Town down. Right, Austin Theory making his way down to the ring. Schematics fan said, Days, during a Saudi pay-per-view event, how come SmackDown is always taped? Why can't it be a live SmackDown before a Saturday pay-per-view starts? Should they change the schedule? To be honest, I don't know why it can't be live in Saudi Arabia. I don't know. Because when we go to, is it a religion thing? A cultural thing? Like Friday nights, like, you can't do something? I don't know. Because when we did Money in the Bank in the UK, we did SmackDown the night before in the O2, and then boom, next night we was doing the pay-per-view. And when we went to Puerto Rico, we did SmackDown the night before, and then boom, we did the pay-per-view. So we can do SmackDowns live the night before. Just for whatever reason, when we're going over to Saudi Arabia, it's a no. I wonder if there's something to do with the cost of trying to beam the picture from in Saudi Arabia. I don't know how much that costs or if there's an additional cost. Perhaps they just thought it'd be easier, cheaper to just record it rather than try to do a live Smackdown, which is going to work out quite expensive. Don't know. Both of these guys are in black and like blue. Bit drab, innit, really? I'd like to see Kevin Owens in something a bit better than just this. Ring gear. It's not very exciting. I mean, I know that Kevin Owens is no frills. He is just goes out there and just wants to smash you about. He's not really interested in like dressing like Seth. I'm not saying he should, but he could. I liked it when he like had like his red shirt, for example. He could have like a blue shirt. Just think black's just dull. It's just dull for wrestling, unless you're the Undertaker. But Saudi is expensive, like some, as we know, said Wham. It's because of time zones, says the guy. That's a good point, time zones. But why can't they do it and record it and air it? Because Saudi Arabia is going to be well ahead. So it could have happened, they could have recorded it and they could have aired it. It doesn't necessarily have to be live. Because in the UK, I don't think it was done live. Oh, no, I think it was actually this time. I think it was this time. Normally, it isn't. I've told the story of when I went to Raw and I saw The Fiend for the first time. And I knew that it was going to air later that day. And I was like, ran out and I was like, oh my God, you need to tune into Raw. Clothesline by Kevin Owens. You're probably right. It's probably like, if we've got to tape it anyway, why don't we just tape it in America? Right, commercial break. Jim said, WWE and Fox want people who won't watch a show from Saudi to watch Smackdown. Dark Angel said, no, tonight's episode isn't live. It was taped last Friday due to them being in Saudi Arabia. Wan said, Kevin Owens is always like that. That's his character. I don't know if it's in real life or not. WWE AEW fan said, I like this Austin Theory and Grayson Waller tag team. I do as well, actually. We are at commercial break, yes. Kevin Owens is like that, as we know. Come on, Theory. Those are shorter trips than to Saudi, said TJ. The only fans I ever want is Bayley, said AJG. A Bayley OnlyFans. I wonder what OnlyFans would... I wonder if Taylor Swift would make the most money. If she had an OnlyFans, or if it would be Beyonce. I mean, you know Beyonce is going to make a lot of money. Would it be one of them, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe it would be Bayley. Maybe Bayley would make the most money. Ray said, I'm hoping we don't see any female disgraceful calves tomorrow. Let's keep it PG, ladies. Oh, God, who did that? Was it Becky? When she was competing and her suit kind of rode up a bit and you could see her calf and you could see a little bit of her ankle. I've been to church every day since then. That's a tough one to overcome, to be honest. That's a tough one to overcome. I feel like we have seen enough of Beyonce, says Big Al. Beyonce already has some pictures out there. Does she? I didn't know that. Know what I'm doing tonight? Sleeping. I'm amazed that Britney Spears doesn't have an OnlyFans, considering her Instagram content. Yeah, she's flashing it about, isn't she? She doesn't seem to be in a great place, does she? I don't think I'm the only one there. Mae Young would have done great, said Russell Andy. Oof. Mae Young, like, from the Attitude Era, or Mae Young from, like, the 20s. Kevin Owens gets draped over that top rope, hurled into the ring post. Theory throwing him back into the ring. We've got Theory in control then. Big left hand as Kevin goes down and he gets his shoulder up. Shoulder up there by Kevin Owens. Grayson Waller on commentary. Upon the shoulders. I was just trying to listen to what Grayson Waller was saying on commentary. He was talking about swamp donkeys with Corey Graves. That could be a fun new network show. Kick to the midsection. Looking for a stunner. Big shot coming in there by Theory. Theory rolling through. Blockbuster. 1, 2. Shoulder up by Kevin. I don't quite know why we're doing this. I know last week he punched them both in the face. But I don't think it's anything more than that, is it? Kicks coming in by Theory on Kevin. Daisy, I've got a question. Does Saudi allow you to curse on the air during a broadcast? Don't know, to be honest. I don't think I've heard any cursing, so I don't know. But then saying that, I'm pretty sure they did press conferences for Fury and everything, and I'm pretty sure there was bad language. Beautiful. They were just talking about Grayson's shirt. Kevin Owens has managed to get back into it. Over against the ropes goes Theory. Powerbomb. Kevin Owens in control. Grayson said he's watching. He said, do that to me. Stunner to Theory. Owens turns Theory over. 1, 2, 3. I've got such high hopes for Grayson Waller. I love how he's on commentary and he's like, I'm watching, lad, I'm watching. You try doing that to me. You try doing that to me. What match are you looking forward to the most, said Mitchell? Probably Io Bianca. I think it's a really good match. I mean, we saw it before in Backlash, and it was a really good match. I mean, if they can get that same sort of magic going, it could steal the show. I think the Rhea match is going to be too cluttered. I'm sure the main event's going to be a great match, but I'm not expecting LA to do it. I think Roman's the biggest favourite on the card, so it's sort of, I'm going into that feeling like I know which way that's going to go. Logan and Rey could be fun because I really don't know which way that's going to go. So I'm looking forward to seeing if they actually do pull that trigger. So we've got that. We've got the EO match. Cena and Solo could be all right, but I just don't have much confidence in Cena delivering a great match, to be honest. And then Cody and Damian, I got to be honest, I'm not bothered by. That doesn't tickle my fancy. So, card, I think, is okay. It's okay. We've seen better. But for a Saturday, you know, we're going to have some lols. Bianca getting beaten up there backstage by Damage Control as we go to commercial break. PJ93 said, what match are you looking forward to the most tomorrow? I'm going to go Io and Bianca, which might be an unusual choice, but we saw it earlier this year at Backlash on pay-per-view, and it was really good. Really, really good. I mean, that thing, as we said, or just said, could steal the show. It could be, if they can deliver a match that was as good as that Backlash, because I think that was the best match of Backlash. I think they were the best match at Backlash, and I think that this could be the best match again. Main event, though, with the drama of could LA Knight do it, has got a shout. And as we said, Logan potentially winning the title. It's not something that I'm desperate to see, though, to be honest. I just think it could happen. And then I don't think Cena's got it in him to deliver a match of the night. Cody and Damian might. That's a bit unknown, that one. I'm not sure how I feel about that. And I think the Rhea match is too cluttered, as I said. Too many moving parts, too many people involved. So the one that I'm thinking is probably going to be like, yeah, let's go. This could be fun. For me, is probably going to be Io and Bianca. I don't expect Bianca to win, but she's got a shot. She's got a chance. It's enough of a chance. It's enough of a chance to make it interesting. Oh, it's a heartbreaking commercial. Age UK. There was a commercial, I haven't seen it before. There's a guy on a bus, and the bus just puts nighttime, just pulls into like this bus stop, and the guy's like, dude, I'm sorry. It's end of the line. And this old guy gets off, and the bus turns its lights off, and the guy's looking around, and he calls up this phone, this number, this charity, and he's like, I'm feeling a bit lonely. Aww. Seeing an old guy like that. Seeing an old boy. Just it breaks your heart, doesn't it, man? Breaks your heart. Heartbreaking. James said, I've tweeted you something. It better not be that ad that I just saw. Matt Hardy, if you are one of those fans online that gets mad or the internet wrestling reporters post stuff and we make headlines because we talk about interesting... Oh, God, I've got to start again. What? This is long, isn't it? If you're one of those fans online that get mad or the internet wrestling reporters post stuff and we make headlines because we talk about interesting stuff and we have interesting viewpoints, interesting opinions, and if you get mad about all of that and don't like me and you think I'm a pariah, fine, have it your way. There's plenty of people that don't, and those are the people that I'm catering to now because once again, even at AEW, myself and Jeff, we've been very nice for a long time. We were willing to give back and give back and give back, but now we really hadn't been shown the respect that we should have been getting all along. So now we're going to stop giving and we're going to start talking. So we're not becoming heels. We are becoming real. And you are going to see the most realistic version of Matt Hardy that you've ever seen coming up in the future. Okay. Well, if it's on Collision or Rampage, I ain't seeing it. Just when you thought wrestling couldn't get any more embarrassing. I mean, that's not wrestling though, is it? I'm not even going to like that, Alex. I won't show you what I'm looking at here, but I tell you what, I don't know if Jim Cornette's going to do a little piece on this, but if he did, it could be pretty hilarious. I don't even know what I'm watching. Jesus. Jesus! Right, we're backstage with Logan, Street Profits. Damn, could you imagine if Logan joined that group? Bobby, Street Profits, Logan, a lot of respect being shown. The man comes here and he takes exactly what he wants. AFAB. Think I can talk to you for a sec? Is BFAB joining this group? Oh, daddy. Oh, yeah, man. I'm here for that. I am so here for that. I am so here for that. I know people wanted Bianca, but this is just as good. Second best. Smackdown Lowdown last Saturday. Piper and Chelsea challenging Shotzi and a friend. Is it going to be Scarlett? It'd be good if it was Scarlett, because they've been doing so much together. We actually said on Tuesday it'd be good if they were to be like a team. BFAB joining wouldn't be bad. There's a tiny Taylor next to Taylor behind you. Oh, yeah. They do come with little versions. Actually, where's the little Roman? I should have the little Roman. Oh, no. Samantha Irvin didn't do the Chelsea Green. She didn't do that. Why didn't she do that? Chelsea Green. Look at this. Acknowledge me. Yeah, this is the little one. Hello, little one. I hadn't popped it out. That's what she said. It was still in the kind of big thing. I don't really know what you do with them. I mean, put it on your desk, maybe? I don't know. To be honest, if they did one of Bjork, because I am a Bjork stan now, I could pop a little Bjork on my desk. If ever I need a little bit of inspiration, you know, if ever life's getting a bit like, just look over and there's the Icelandic fairy. Not him, Bjork. He's not an Icelandic fairy. He is a Pensacola warrior. Yeah. Yeah, guys, all the cutouts from Star Cutouts, they come with a little version as well. I don't know why. I have no idea why. So you can keep one at home and keep one at work. Take it to school. Did they do a Bjork one? Bjork cutout. You can get one. I can get one, but it's not. I don't think I want it. Yeah, that's not really doing it for me, to be honest. I mean, what a weird picture to choose for a cutout. You know what I mean? It's like someone's just gone Bjork, she's turned around and they've took a picture and that's it. Like, you'd think she'd be like in like on stage in a pose or something, you know, or singing. Not like she's rocked up to the opening of a flipping new restaurant and they've gone Bjork and she's just flipping stood there. Well, that's disappointing, isn't it? That isn't Star Cutouts, by the way. I don't think Star Cutouts got any Bjork. For all you Bjork stans out there like me, I don't think you can get that from Star Cutouts. But you can get WWE and Taylor Swift. And Pennywise. And Mr. Bean. Someone else as well. Others. Right, let's go back to the chat. But PJ said, have you ever have you or anyone you known ever done a VIP experience at a UK house show? I was thinking about doing it, but I don't know if it's worth it. I haven't. I don't know if it differs. I think certainly differed over the years. I think there is a meet and greet that's in there. Prime seats, some sort of meet and greet. You tend to get access to like a VIP lounge. I tell you, there used to be one in the O2 that I went to. I don't know when, I want to say about 2008. I mean, it would be a good 15. It might not be there now. But you went down this like little corridor into this bar, and it was really cool in there. It was a great place. I don't know if it's still there, though. But that wasn't like a VIP. That wasn't really VIP. It was just... I don't know what it was. We got tickets to the show from work. So I used to work in retail, and because we sold DVDs of WWE, they would sometimes send tickets if they were around. And so I got tickets. But it did give you access to like this exclusive lounge thing as well. Oh, mate, I live the high life. Right, who's it going to be? It's Charlotte Flair? Wow. Wow. I got to admit, I was hoping it would be Scarlett. Bow down to the Queen. Why didn't Charlotte come out in the tank? Chelsea is saying no, she's not happy about this. Charlotte Flair making her way down to the ring. I was hoping her partner would be Tank Abbott, said David. Charlotte Flair is not who I was expecting, said WWE fans. Not who I was expecting either. Again, I know spoilers are out there. I avoided them. Bow down to the Queen. Charlotte and Scarlett aren't the same. No, don't think so. Bow down to the Queen. So yeah, don't forget, we are back tomorrow. We are here for Crown Jewel, baby. It's early. We're starting like 9 Eastern. Going straight the way through. Couple of hours. Predictions. Latest news, rumors. The other issue I've got as well is I think I'm going to have to change where I stream. I think I'm going to have to go upstairs. Because it's in the middle of the day. And I can't really lock the dog up all day. Because she'll be in all night as well. So that means I need to be letting her out. And so I think I need to be upstairs. So that's going to be interesting. I can't remember the last time we didn't stream from here. Backstage, we have got Kaylee Ray and Elba Fire watching on. Tag being made. Shot coming in by Chelsea. Chelsea in control. Shotzi down. Charlotte on the outside of the ring. I was bad when I was young, and I changed myself for one person, and all the dumb want me my old ways again. Days, we need John Fury at Crown Jewel. We do, Legend Killer. We do. He loves Saudi. Kicks coming in by Chelsea. Bembo said, are you moving the green screen? What green screen? No, I just can't be on the roof. No, I don't know. The honest answer is I genuinely don't know. What I do know is that as soon as this stream ends, I need to move the computer and a screen upstairs, and then I'm just going to have a look at it and see what is possible, because I don't even know if moving it is possible, to be honest. Crossbody by Charlotte. Charlotte coming down on Piper and Chelsea. Sign in the crowd said, babies for Smackdown. His baby's 35. It's what he calls his missus. Piper going over to the corner. Charlotte grabbing Chelsea. Boom. Lovely. You need to get some DB board. What's DB board? What's DB board? How's that? I don't even know what that is. It's weird for a couple of minutes to work in two different brands. Parents, kids, like Flair's and Buddy Matthews. Yeah, I saw that theory. People saying if they got Ric Flair, so that because they've got Rick, they've got Andrade. Are they trying to get Charlotte? Are they putting the pieces in place to get Charlotte? Ellis Stubbs said, you are trustworthy. We know you would never use a green screen. What you see is what you get, mate. What you see is what you get. I am on top of a building near Telford with a load of cardboard cutouts behind me. This is as real. This is as real as wrestling. Very real. I can tell the blue. I could take the blue pill, and my dong can put your computer on it 4 hours. They say. I don't know what that means, but all of it unsettled me, William. Literally every part of that comment made me feel a bit nauseous. Thank you. Just usual William comment in it, really. Okay, so Shotzi and Charlotte get the win. But the titles weren't on the lines, I don't believe, so we don't have new champs. Here's John Cena. Time has come to dig deep. The time is now. Come on, John. Here's Heyman. Your dog is going to wonder why they're not being let out in the night. Your dog will wonder why they aren't being let out in the night. Well, she'll be asleep. She sleeps in the night. And then she gets let out in the day. And what I tend to do is when I'm asleep in the day, I tend to sleep in the living room. Just recently. So that I can let her back in. But it's not going to be possible when we're streaming tomorrow, is it? No one ever thinks of my sleeping schedule when it comes to these Saudi shows, I tell you. So, Solo attacking John Cena last Friday. And we should get a little more on that here. There's Solo backstage. Hey, we said about backstage surprises. That B-Fab moment was cool. Up next, Solo and John Cena face to face. Coming up next. Football Days would have no issue with the Saudi shows. He was hard as nails, said Fortnite. That guy. I wish I could be more like that guy. Great guy. Anyone think with the Hollywood strike not over that Cena gets booked to win now instead of losing? I thought it was over. Is it not over? I thought it was over. Lena said, what if Raw and SmackDown be at a Saudi show for the first time? What would we book if Raw and SmackDown goes to Saudi? New stage, battle royals or more? No, I think it would just be the same shows. It would be the same shows that they've got planned because they plan their stories out, don't they? Like months in advance. So it would largely just be this show, but in Saudi Arabia. I don't know that they would particularly look to do anything different. I mean, maybe they would, but I don't think they did anything. Did they do anything different when they did like SmackDown in London? Or when they did SmackDown in Puerto Rico? I think they were just standard go-home shows, weren't they? The main focus of this show is to get you to tune in tomorrow, innit? So they want to make sure that you're hyped for all them big matches. The strike is not over. They came to a verbal agreement, but they continue to argue over the actual details that are going to be put on paper and adhered to. Interesting, Corvids. Craig said Days or unlikely to return at Crown Jewel. No. Not likely. I would say unlikely. Possible, but unlikely. I think more likely for Survivor Series. Big Time said Charlotte's big boot is such a lame finisher. Hawkins said, do you think B-Fab and Bianca would be a good tag team? B-Fab and Bianca? Yes, I do. Do you think they'd be a good team? That match was 3 minutes tops. What's your favourite Christmas movie, said Mitchell. It used to be Elf. No doubts. But to be honest, I remember doing a watch-along for it a few years ago on the channel. I think we did it as a members thing. It didn't hold up. I think the film is really good. If you've never seen it, you're going to really enjoy it. I think I just got to the point where I'd watched it too many times. So the real funny moments I remembered, and then the rest of the film was just sort of there. So yeah, I don't know. That was always my go-to, but I think that's changed now. I don't really know what it's changed to. I haven't seen Jingle All the Way in a long time, and I know that when I watch that, I enjoy that film. Jingle All the Way. That's just good. I love Christmas films with Christmas shopping in. Don't know why. I think it's the getting everything ready for the big day type thing. So like him trying to get the Turbo Man was kind of fun and very relatable, because I think we've all wanted toys and things at Christmas that have been hard to track down. I remember my brother wanting Power Rangers, and they were a flipping nightmare. Back in the day, you could never get them anywhere for Christmas. Literally, like, doors opening at Toys R Us and parents running in to try and get to the sections, grab what they could. I don't think that happens now, does it? I don't think we get those kind of things now. Everything's online shopping, so you don't really get those things. I miss them days, man. I miss them days when there was a red hot toy and they couldn't keep up with demand and the doors would open and people would charge in and it would be like Black Friday. It was like that for Power Rangers. I think it was like it for Turtles as well. So, I can't say Jingle All the Way is my favourite, but it's the one that's coming to mind at the moment. Oh, I do like Santa Claus, though, with Tim Allen. That's a great film. I do like that as well. I think I just went OTT with Elf. I loved it, and I think I've just watched it too many times now. Christmas Vacation, a Triple X parody. Oh, I've not seen that. I like The Muppet Christmas Carol. Best Christmas films are Home Alone 1, National Lampoon, and Muppet Christmas Carol. I haven't seen National Lampoon in a long time, actually. Might give that a spin this year, unless there's a new one that's come out. Like a new Christmas film that's funny. I like comedies. I'm not looking for like It's a Wonderful Life. Anyway, we got Solo in the ring. Let's see what Solo's got to say. This is the end of days for the Doctor of Thugonomics. It's not the way I wanted it to be, said Paul. It's not my fault. John Cena came back and picked a fight with the Bloodline. What do you think we're going to do? Let him get away with it? Roman Reigns calls the shot. Roman Reigns turns to the Enforcer. Our assassin. Solo. Solo does have a huge future, says Paul. He will step up to be the tribal chief. There's no bigger victim to be victimized than John Cena. What about Shane McMahon? Jim said, the Star Wars Hollywood holiday special is my go-to Christmas special. I watch it every year. Miss Armour Forever Firefly said, I'm Home Alone 1 and 2. They remind me of my childhoods. Miracle on 69th Street, said Dark Angel. It's not the number I remember. I think we've gone down to the Triple X land again, haven't we? Solo. Why are you wasting your breath talking to them? It's true, we don't deserve it. We didn't come here to talk to them. We came here to talk to John Cena face to face. Here's John Cena. We didn't come here to talk to them. We came to talk to John Cena face to face. Ba, ba, da, ba. He's got such good music. Instantly recognizable. Love that, like, trumpet, is it? Heralding the arrival of a massive star. Cena making his way down. The place went banana. Solo's got the spike ready. Whoa. He's ready. Let's go. King Yeti said, have you seen Scrooged? Is it Bill Murray? One. I feel like I have, but only once, and it was a long time ago, so that's a good shout. That's a good shout. I don't really like Scrooge, to be honest. Which I believe that's based on, of course. Scrooge is great, said Dortnight. Does he have a new hand tattoo, said Wan. John Cena? Solo? Do you know what? I ain't got a clue. I don't even know what his tattoos look like. My orders are to give you this microphone so that you can say goodbye to them whilst you still can. Because come tomorrow, you won't be able to. Go on, Solo! My orders were to give you the microphone so that you can speak whilst you still can. Let's go Cena chant from the WWE universe. That's it. Oh, he has lost his voice. We've been waiting for you to talk for over a year. That's all you bring to the table. I can do this with half a voice. And it's only going to take 90 seconds to cook you. We all know. We all know you only got a job here because of your cousin. He looks at Heyman. Heyman's like, no, no. Is that true? What? No. A bargain basement Taz ripoff. Oh, Cena. Wow. Wow. Cena cooking, man. Cena cooking. Chucks them. Oh, that. Where's he been? Where's this guy been? Who's this guy? Who's that? Who's this? I ain't been seeing that guy. I've been watching Boomer Cena. I've been watching John Cena, who comes out and everyone reminisces about the past, and someone that doesn't bring much to the present. I don't know who that is, but that guy is like the spirit of John Cena from the past that's finally arrived to 2023. The best thing Cena has done, don't know, probably since his match with Roman. Best thing he's done since he came back. That was fire. That was fire. Praise him. Love the attitude. Chucks the mic away, walks off. If you're going to be a competitor, be a competitor. Don't be a novelty act. Don't be a flipping just come out, wave at the fans, hold babies. Brilliant. Nick Aldis is saying Damage Control are going to be barred from ringside tomorrow. You can handle it. Oh, no. Barred from ringside tonight. Barred from ringside tonight. Donnybrook match coming up. Wow, Cena was so good. Bembo said, days after that, Solo Sikoa has been roasted all the way back to developmental. He got roasted like coffee. Ah. So good. Ah, Alicia Taylor. Huh? The NXT woman. That's why when Chelsea came out, she didn't do this because it wasn't Samantha Irvin. Alicia Taylor? Oh, no way. Was she on last week? Have I missed something? That's why we didn't get the Chelsea Green. Samantha on Raw. I think she is actually, yeah. What has she done to her hair? It was just the sheer impact of that Cena promo. That's what it was. Chafford said, hope all is well. I'm loving Taylor Swift in the back. Chafford really likes you, buds. She's doing a good job. She's a bit moody. She doesn't really do much, does she? She doesn't really do much in real life. Take that, Swifties. I'm Team Bjork. I told you I'm Team Bjork now. The true people's princess. Chafford, shout out to you, buds. Cena took Solo to school. Did. And do you know what? He ain't even going to pick him up. Took him to school. He's flipping left him there. Walk back. I tweeted you a great Christmas gift to buy for your family, says Miss Cloud. Gotta think this is going to be something sexy. Oh, hello. It is sexy. This won't mean much to our... That's great. Is that actually made by someone? There was a character on EastEnders called Frank Butcher. He was just an old boomer. And one year he got a little bit saucy. And surprised his partner. And it's kind of like a classic scene. And I can't show. Oh, can I show it as a window capture? There we go. Woo! Censored by the BBC. Not sure you want that as a sticker over that certain area, but whatever. There we go. In EastEnders, Frank Butcher. This will mean more to our English friends than it will to our American friends. EastEnders, it's a soap, a bit like Days of Our Lives. It's on every, it's not every day, is it? It's like 3 times a week, 4 times a week, something like that. BBC One. 7 o'clock, 7:30. Just drama. Just drama. Don't watch it myself. I have watched it in the past. Punk is trending. Oh, there was a tweet that Punk put out, wasn't there? A little message that Punk put out. I don't know. Corey Graves has answered whether he would welcome CM Punk back. Oh, I don't know. We ain't getting into that now. If I'm going to get a copyright strike, it certainly ain't going to be from Corey Graves. Gerald said Cena got out that golden shovel one last time. Do you know, I love it, though. I love it. I think that Cena has just come out and he's just been, like, so happy to be here, so grateful, so thankful, love the fans, blah, 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 blah. But that's what you want to see. You want to see someone that's actually sticking it to these kids, you know? Actually going out there and cooking. This is don't lower the bar because the standard of superstars we've got at the moment isn't quite where we need them to be. Don't go, get them to come up to you, you know? The only problem is Cena cooked him and walked off. So Solo couldn't really do anything in response. You can do it tomorrow, though, by messing him up. Messing him up. Beating him up. I make you humble. Damage Control barred from ringside tonight. Bianca Belair takes on Bayley. Let's go, baby. Bayley. Right, we got Brawling Brutes in the ring. Mitchell says, don't miss my super chat. Mitchell, shout out to you, buds. Let me change this over and I'll get to it. Here's Pretty Deadly. Okay, Pretty Deadly making their way down to the ring. Mitchell said, I'm going to keep saying this. Cena isn't the gatekeeper. He's the star gatekeeper. If you want to be a true star, you got to go toe-to-toe with him on the mic. Yeah, the only thing is, though, that I don't think he's been that good recently. I don't think he's been that good. I mean, he's had plenty of promo mic time. I don't think he's been that interesting. I don't think his matches have been very good. I don't think... It just sort of feels like it's Cena, the live crowd pop, we pop, because Cena's always involved. Well, first of all, he's a legend. And second of all, he's always going to be involved in something significant. So if Cena's coming out, there's a good chance something's going to happen. But actually, his contributions, I would argue, have been really substandard, really below par. It's just been a novelty act. It's just been a, how you doing? I'm happy to be here. God, I can't believe the support you're showing me kind of a performance. That is the first time in a long, long time that I've got fired up for a John Cena promo or a John Cena segment after it's finished, you know. So yeah, I mean, look, you are correct, but he needs to show that more often. He needs to show that more often, and I don't know if we're going to get time, unfortunately, because he's I think he'll be going back to Hollywood, won't he? I know Corvid said it's not all done and dusted, but I think it's making good movement, isn't it? I don't know what was better, that one or the one he did to Austin Theory, said Jacob. Well, he did, I would say that one for me personally. I think that was short, sweet, impactful. I think the one with Theory, the reason why that was a problem was because it was a lot of honesty. There was a lot of stuff in there where he was like, you haven't even got started yet. You know, like, I've been where you are and all this kind of stuff. It was a lot of home truths, which you went, yeah, man. Yeah, he's not lying. No lies detected. Harder to do that with Solo, because Solo's like a beast, and he is a proper monster, and they've booked him as a killer. So a little trickier, but Cena settled on what was it, like a poor man's Taz or something like that. That was a good line. So yeah, for me, I'd say that I'd say that was better than the theory one. But each to their own. That will be hotly debated, I'm sure, as is everything in the wonderful world of wrestling. We've said this is going to be a boring match for all involved. They are good performers, but this match, I am snoring. The slow-mo punch was pretty deadly, said EST. Well, right now, we have got Pretty Deadly in control. They got jumped by the Brawling Brutes. And right now, we've got them going to the... Well, I thought they was going to the outside, but they've just gone and grabbed a couple of shillelaghs. No. Ridge grabbing two shillelaghs. Butch is nowhere to be seen. We've got 45 minutes left to go. He's got him up over the top rope to the outside. There's glass on the floor. This is dangerous, says Cam. Here's Butch. He's climbing up. He's going to look to do a moonsault to the outside, and he does. And he comes down on Pretty Deadly, and he comes down on his own flipping partner as well. Might want to just check on your partner there, Butch. Seeing as you just smashed your knee into his face, you boomer. I remember when Cena smoked Roman, said Aaron. I was expecting an Alabama slam, says William. We are at commercial break. We got 45 minutes. 45 minutes left to go. Real glass. Cry me a river, said Gerald. Yeah, very good. Cry me a river. Oh my God, it's another CM Punk reference, guys. Butch is killing his own partner. He did kill his own partner. Oh yeah, we didn't do halftime scores, did we? We absolutely botched that. Hard to know whose fault that is. I think we should all agree to not point fingers. And we'll just move on with the show. Solo's promo was better than LA's promo, said Wisp. Mitchell said Dage. Gerald brought up a cool point. Cena was hoarse because he got spiked last week. That'd be good, but... Yeah, that's good. That is a good point. I was trying to think, like, would you be hoarse a week later? Because we're meant to think this is a week later. Because Solo says, like, tomorrow, I'm going to... So that must mean they want us to believe it's today. But, wait, who cares? It's if they've done it for that reason. I mean, the only thing I would say is that it didn't come across like that to me. It just came across like he had a cold. But if they've done it because of the Samoan spike, like, it's a nice little touch in it, really. It's a little detail which, you know, the details are important. I would say, though, that it would have had more impact had he have said, you might have took my voice from me last week. Something like that, just at the start of his promo. Just so that it made it clear that's why he's talking like this. You might have took my voice from me last week with that Samoan spike, but you'll not hit me with it again. Something like that. DDT by Butch on the outside. He's the next Batman, said Callum. Yeah, let's go. He's the next Batman. He probably is. I could see him doing that role. I could see him doing that role, definitely. I think he'd be rubbish at it, but I could see him doing it. We got a trash can in the ring. More like I think I couldn't be helped because of the spike. It was only probably an hour before, says Mrs. Armour. Debosa said, I'd like to see Solo win by ref stoppage after refusing to pin Cena. Yes, I would like that as well. Make a statement. Oh, people pleading with him. And even Heyman pleading with Solo to stop. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'd like to see that. Debosa, can you please book that match? Thank you. Give them a call. See if they need a bit of support. Pretty Deadly are holding hands at the moment as they're trying to battle their way through this Donnybrook match. So good. I'm probably going to have dreams about that Cena promo, you know. It was only like 90 seconds. It shows, doesn't it? You don't need to... Oh my God, he walloped him with the stool and the stool didn't break. Aren't these stools meant to be gimmicked? He just walloped him in the back and it didn't budge. Oh, what was that botch move? What the flip's going on, man? Just walloped him with the stool. The stool didn't break. Then they've just gone and done like a tag team move on him, which just looked botchy. Pretty botchy. Pretty botchy. Quite happy with that. Chop's coming in there by Butch. I am the stool. It's a shoot stool. Yeah, do you reckon it was the wrong stool? Do you reckon he picked it up and he was like, yeah, this is going to be good? Oh, damn, what's gone wrong? Words are going to be had backstage if that is the wrong stool, innit? Bridge has got... Is it Elton up in the air? Elton Prince... Power slam. Now picks up Kit Wilson. Double knees. That looked good. Kick though by Butch. Step up Enziguri. Clothesline there by Kit. I just realised all of these are English. Ridge is English, Butch is English, Kip and Elton are English. I must admit, I don't feel much pride watching this, but I've seen worse. These English duos, it's a battle of Britain. Kit coming in there by Kit Wilson. And Butch is looking to snap the fingers. And he does. He did it. He did it. Goes over, goes for a kick. Kit Mills out the way. Boom! Elton with a shillelagh roll up there by Kit. Kick out by Butch. Elton to the outside, trying to go up. The stall must have been a fan of Elton Strong, said Gerald's. Dark Angel said it's Britain's finest right here. It's true. Through the table goes Elton. Standing behind is Butch. Butch looking to finish the job. Kit's going to turn around. Boom! Big boot. 1, 2. Kick out. Wow. He got hit with a brogue and he kicked out. Ridge is looking to go under the ring. Grabbing a table. We've still got Bayley and Bianca, and we've still got the weigh-in, haven't we? Is there anything else? Is there another match? Probably not. Because we've got 36 minutes, that's all. We're not drowning in time. Bro kick from Butch and a kick out. Her said this match has gone on far too long. I agree with that. Of course you've seen worse. You watch AEW, said Travis. We've all seen worse. We were forced to watch Top Dollar try and jump over the top rope, said Chris. Shot coming in there by Butch. Justice for gimmick stalls everywhere, says Mrs. Armour. Now we've got Pretty Deadly. Working together. They are trying to get Butch through this table. Here we go. Boom! Butch goes through the table. 1, 2, 3. Pretty Deadly win. Pretty Deadly are pretty victorious. Yes, boy! Well, it wasn't pretty at times. But it was deadly, and they get the win. I like their music as well. It's so different. Days, when will Butch get his real name back, said John. God, we've all been asking that for years. I thought it'd be I honestly thought it'd be the first thing Triple H did. Right, guys, I'm in creative now. You're Pete Dunne. The Bruiserweight. That's what I was expecting. Not what I got, though. Brony said, Pretty Deadly have been booked well on the main roster. AJG said, Undertaker against Goldberg was the worst. It's got to be in the running, isn't it? The worst WWE match. If you're going to take your shot, make sure I'm good and done. We're just seeing LA Knight Roman Reigns from earlier in the night. Mystic Miss said, I thought he would get it back for Money in the Bank coming to the UK. Yeah. Red said, I watched Big Show try and return on Dynamite. That was much worse. Goldberg is the worst WWE match ever. Goldberg against The Fiend was the worst, said Dark Angel. Here is Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis and Paul Heyman. Please. Make it quick. Have a lot of medical personnel on hand tomorrow because LA Knight is going to need it. This is the most savage version of Roman Reigns that anyone has seen. You need a lot of medical personnel around tomorrow. Coach Co said, I got the keys. Something is the squeeze. I don't know that. I know I got the key. I got the secret. I know that one. I got the keys. Something is the squeeze. Coach Co, shout out to you. Is that song lyrics? Well, it does. I don't know if it feels like it rings a bell. But I might still be thinking of the I got the key, I got the secret. Is it DJ Khaled? If it is, I didn't know it. DJ Khaled, I Got the Keys, featuring Jay-Z. That's what comes back when I go to Google. DJ Khaled's just a poor man's Bjork. Mitchell said, Days, it was a real stall. Cry me a river. Nice. Very good. Very good. Gerald said, I don't know what it was, but the night stare down didn't have the same feeling as the Cody one a few weeks ago. I guess that's why that's probably main eventing Mania. Ravenwing said he just means all his family is going to beat up LA. That is all. Why are they doing a weigh-in for this, said Ryan. Because it's this or a promo, innit? So might as well do something a bit different, a little bit adventurous. Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio weigh in. Oh, God, is this going to be another one of those adverts? Oh, God. Guy in a dark flat saying he's struggling to pay his electricity. Can you help? Oh. Come on, boomers. Come on. Look after yourselves better. Why can't all boomers be more like the Beatles? They've just gone and released a new song. Do you know what I mean? John said, Days, what if we had Lex Luger? How would WWE book him as in-ring for... Because we haven't seen him for 20 years. They wouldn't book him in-ring. Have you seen him? The guy's... I mean, he's been in a wheelchair. Is he still in a wheelchair? He was on the bump, weren't he? So, yeah, they wouldn't... They would just... If they would bring him back onto the show... It would be maybe a backstage thing. I don't know that they'd bring him out to the ring. Be nice if they did, but I mean, has the Miss Elizabeth thing kind of really clouded stuff? I mean, she died because of a drugs overdose, and apparently they were doing drugs together. So, I don't know. I think he was on the bump, and that was... a big thing. Apparently, that was the first live appearance from him in WWE since '95. Crown Jewel kickoff show. Sami Zayn against JD McDonough. Those Age UK ads are just depressing, said Scottish Knight. I know. Oh, no. Oh, the weigh-in is being done backstage. Oh, I thought this would be in the ring. Okay, so Logan Paul is being brought onto the stage. Rey Mysterio. I like this. I don't mind this at all. A different setting. Good. Here's Rey. Great shirt. They're trying to make it with like cameras and everything. They're trying to make it seem like a proper weigh-in that they do for boxing and all that stuff, you know? $213. Ah! Oh my God, I was £2 out. I said 215. I said 160 for him. 175. I was £15 out for Rey, and I was £2 out for Logan. Tom was right. Deadbeat dad. Pats him on the head. I don't like the fake. Oh, I don't like that. I don't know. I like the way they tried to make it feel like a proper weigh-in, and obviously there's been a brawl, and you've got like cameras, but it just feels, because we've seen so many of them, it just feels fake. So, a little brawl. That's what it was. A little brawl at the face-to-face. Has it not happened before? We've done weigh-ins, but we tend to do them in the ring. That had, like, fake crowd noises. And it had, like, some... what sounded like fake shocked kind of noises. And... I think you could do a weigh-in, press conference weigh-in before a premium live event. I think you could, but do it a little bit more legit, you know? The right side security guard is Cal from OVW, said James. They think they're UFC, said LS Dub. Good for them for trying something different. It's the best compliment I could give that segment. UFC sometimes the same day as WWE, I don't think most times. Rey would be a UFC welterweight. Could you imagine Rey against GSP? Rey would get battered, mate. Battered. Do you know Loki had a good weigh-in? Omos and Brock, said Gerald's. I just got punched in my cringes watching this. Yeah, People's Wrestling Channel, shout out to you. WWE and UFC are basically the same company now, said Dark Angel. Big Time said at least they tried something new. Here's Bianca. Main event time then, is it? Yeah, I mean, look, my feeling on it is that you can do a weigh-in and you could make it cool. And you could just take like 3 matches, do a quick little press conference with the 6 people involved or however many are involved in the matches. Get them to weigh in, do it as like a little, do it as a bit of a thing. But I think it would be a lot more interesting if they were put out there and it wasn't scripted. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to prepare your own comebacks. And if you can't do it and someone gets better of you, then so be it. Sink or swim. That could make it a bit more interesting and real, and some of the reactions feel a bit more real. We don't need the fake noises. And I think, like, the thing is, because the thing with wrestling is there's not really wrestling to compare it to. There's not a real professional wrestling. So we don't have a comparison for it. The only thing you could compare it to is maybe like UFC now, or which is not the same, or amateur wrestling, which is not the same. So there's not a comparison, but there is a comparison for those kinds of weigh-ins. We've seen them time and time and time and time again. So when you know what a real one actually looks like, and you've seen them loads of times, and then you see WWE's version, it's like seeing a bad cover. It's like hearing a bad cover song. That's the best way I could describe that. It's not that it was like horrific, oh my god, it's one of the worst things I've ever seen type thing. But it's just, it's a bad cover song. King Yeti said, I'm trying, but that Swift cutout is triggering me. Why is it triggering you? What's wrong with it? Why are you getting triggered by the Swift cutout? Hey, come on, shake it off. Why are you getting triggered with it? Triggered because it's not bigger? This is what I do now. I sit here on the internet and I move a cutout of Taylor Swift to make it look like she's giving me a kiss on the cheek. And I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. This is where the channel has been building towards. This is the content that people want, but they're just too scared to say they want it. No, hey, I was only making her smaller there to put her in the background, right? I don't want you thinking that I was doing anything untoward there. Yeah? But I'm just trying to make her smaller. Careful. Up her back there again. Oh, bit tall. She's right at the back now. I've moved her further back for you. Happy now? Days, they just showed Lacey Evans' daughter in the crowd, said Justin. Perhaps she's signing. Perhaps she's coming soon. Bembo said, Days, who do you think has the lowest chance of winning out of every match tomorrow? Zoe Stark, question mark? Yeah, I don't think that's a bad shout. I think Zoe Stark is, I think odds-wise, I think it was LA Knight. I've got him here, actually. Zoe Stark is plus, oh no. Zoe Stark was plus 1,100, LA Knight plus 800. So Zoe was the lowest. I think Shayna is the second lowest and LA Knight is the third lowest. The biggest favorite is Roman. The second biggest favorite is Rhea. The third biggest favorite is Cody Rhodes. So those are the top three favorites. The bottom three least expected to win is Zoe, Shayna, LA Knight. Cody is favorite against Damian. Solo is favorite against John Cena. Logan is favorite against Rey. Rhea's favorite for her match. Seth's favorite for his match. Roman is favorite for his match. I don't have odds on the EO Bianca match. That was the one I didn't have odds for. Here comes Bayley. Taylor and Roman are Daisy's Barbie and Ken. Yeah, and I've also got that one there, Cody. I don't know what he classes as. Has Ken got a friend? Can you have threesomes in the Barbie world? I tell you what, that's a good night for... It's a good night for Taylor, isn't it? Thinking about it. Just saying. Just saying. I know many ladies out there that wouldn't mind having a date with Roman and Cody. Coach Co said, MC Hammer Pants don't get a golden net flip-flop poop. Purple, 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 purple. Eminem be flying to the seal. Akili pee-pee. He. Days, way too big pee-pee. Well, I'll take that last bit as a compliment, Coach Co. Days, way too big pee-pee. Thank you, my friends. You don't often make sense, but you made sense at the end there. God bless you. And all that sail in you. Mitchell said, Cody is Alan from the Barbie movie. There we go, Alan. Right, Bayley is in the ring. Damage control, barred from ringside. Smackdown is the #1 trend in the United States right now. #1 trend. Taylor Swift is the inspiration for my new album. It's called Damn This Itches. Can't wait. It's going to be a big album. Cody's the Barbarian Nightmare. The Barbarian Nightmare. Nice. Keep up by Bianca. The Barbarian. Looking for a moonsault. She gets it. 2. Kick out by Bayley. Is YouTube not hitting the algorithm this week? Is YouTube not hitting the algorithm this week? What does that mean? I see what you did there. Is this the main event, said Josh? I think so. I mean, we've only got 16 minutes to go. Zoom Station said, I don't want this match. I like both. Bayley on the outsides. Coming outside is Bianca. She's chasing after Bayley. Mr. Quake said, are you doing Collision? We never do Collision, Mr. Quake. Like sub boxes informing subscribers the stream is happening. Oh, I don't know. This will be a lower stream because it's pre-recorded. So I am not expecting as many people to join us for this. Drew wins with help from Finn and joins Judgment Day. Then Claymore's Damien out of the Judgment Day. The following show created a feud with the new champ and Money in the Bank, said DeBosa. Gary said Taylor's next album will be about me because I've just split up with her. Wow, Gary. I'm looking forward to your album, Gary. Bayley on the edge of the ring. Do you think LA Knight will win tomorrow, said Trafford's? I don't. King Yeti said, I pay attention to the chat and not Bayley's booty. Okay, I've also been paying attention to the chat, and now that you said that, I really regret it. And now we've gone to commercial break. I tell you what, Taylor Swift, the Taylor Swift cutout has been a big success, hasn't it? I didn't realize that it was going to spark such conversation, but fair play. Seems like Taylor is loved by all, even in our community. Although not King Yeti. Did you see Tony Khan's crutch announcement pulled in 832? It was up from 774, but not even 850. Doesn't look all that promising for next week. Yeah, I thought it was a better number. I thought they were going to do another 700. What's this? Festive wins. McDonald's are doing exclusive McDonald's Christmas merch that you can win. They should release Christmas merch. People would buy McDonald's Christmas jumpers, wouldn't they? In this family, I'm the Big Mac. Eh? My wife loves me because I've got a quarter pounder. Just saying, they could have some fun with it. I want McDonald's now, said Sonny. I want McDonald's now, actually. I'm starving, I haven't eaten. Think I might just have some pasta after this. You're not allowed to eat anything like really for like 3 days. Anything like chewy or anything. So no steaks or anything nice. It's gonna have to be like, I don't know, toast? Or I don't know. What can you just eat? I don't know. You got to eat. Oh yeah, you got to eat. McDonald's fries are goated. What would be your McDonald's order? To be honest, if I was ordering right now, I would go large, the biggest I could get chicken nuggets. Because we were talking about them not long ago, and I never got them. I said I was going to go and get some. Because we'd been talking about them for ages. And I never did, so I still haven't had them. So I'd quite fancy a big box of chicken nuggets just dipping away. Lovely, lovely. I'd probably want a burger as well, you know. If you're going to go for it, go for it. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know if I'd go cheeseburger or if I'd brave it and go bigger. I might go Big Mac. I might go Big Mac. If you don't eat it all, you don't eat it all. Do you know what I mean? But life's for living, in it. Go for a big chicken nuggets. You can pick at those. And then you can still have lovely Big Mac. I don't think I'm going to need the fries. Definitely don't think we're going to need the fries. Might go for a cheeky apple pie or something after, though. You're going to want dessert, aren't you? This is going to want dessert. So a little cheeky apple pie for afters, maybe. They do lovely hot fudge sundaes, actually. I haven't had one of them in years. I don't even know if they still do it. But their hot fudge sundaes used to be minted, mate. And then drink-wise, I don't know. What would you get drink-wise? Might have I was always partial to a banana milkshake, you know? I was. Always partial to a banana milkshake. But do you want banana milkshake with nuggets and a burger? I feel like this is where Coca-Cola comes into its own, doesn't it? Tricky, that. Tricky. I'd probably get the Coke. Probably just get the Coke. So, yeah, not that adventurous, to be honest. But Gary said, I'd have 2 bacon cheeseburgers, large fries, strawberry milkshake. It's a solid order, that is. Solid order, that is, buds. Fun fact, no one knows what McDonald's ice cream tastes like. The machines are always broken. I saw a documentary on that. That the company that installs those machines, like purposefully has something that can, like, trigger them to break. And it's just, like, how they can make loads of money. There's a documentary on it. I think it's on YouTube. Might be a conspiracy theory type thing. I'm not sure, but they are broken a lot. Shots coming in by Bianca. Mitchell said, question for the chat. Did anyone else see a McDonald's VHS movie that was released, like got scared silly? Those were my childhood. Anyone else see a McDonald's VHS movie they released? Scared silly, those were my childhoods. That's not for me. I don't know if we got those here. I don't think we got those here, did we? Did we? I've never seen a McDonald's movie. I've seen a McDonald's video game. Wasn't there a McDonald's video game on the Genesis, aka the Mega Drive? Yeah, there was. It's called McDonald's Treasure Land Adventure. Bayley is in the corner. Here we go, look. Treasure Land Adventure. Look at this. Don't you want to play this, eh? Sonic who? Mario who? Mick and Mac Global Gladiators. Was that another one? Yeah, you know. I don't know if I ever actually played it. I was just aware of it. Right, Bayley down. Bianca going over. Burger King had a game for the Xbox 360, said Stone. One of McDonald's VHS tapes where lost media... Oh, hello. We're getting into a conversation here. Someone just asked if I have Burger King. I've had Burger King. I like Burger King, actually. I think you could make an argument their burgers are better. They feel bigger and meatier, and I feel like I'm really eating something. Our Big Macs and everything over here, they've never been... I've never had a Big Mac meal and felt like, oh, God, I'm stuffed. Never felt that way. Unless I was a kid. One of the McDonald's VHS tapes lost media until it was found last year. It was on a online release only. Bianca is down. I hope Roman wins clean, said DeBosa. I can't believe he needs interference to beat LA Knight when he's been in wars with Brock Lesnar. Bayley up top. Elbow drop by Bayley. 1, 2. Kick out by Bianca. When is someone going to cut Bianca's hair off? White Castle Burgers rock. I like that. Alex had 2 separate thoughts. Just put them in the same sentence. Let's go. In the same comment. Dave's my go-to is a Happy Meal. 4 chicken nuggets, small fries, strawberry milkshake, 2 cheeseburgers. Can we talk about a cheeseburger mayo from 99p to 169? Is that how much they've gone? Mayo burgers, cheeseburgers, 169 now. She's stripping the commentary table. Bianca's not going to compete tomorrow, said Bayley. She's stripped the commentary table. Here we go. Look up Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald's. Bayley grabbing Bianca. Shots coming in by Bianca, though. Bianca staying... Oh, are these the... I have never seen these. Oh, hello. Paused video. Bayley goes into the ring post. Bayley goes into the ring post, goes to the outside. Bianca. So that was those films, were they? I've never seen them. Bayley coming back into the ring. Bianca coming in, going over the top, against the ropes. Picks up Bayley. Looking for the KOD, not getting it. Bayley rolls up Bianca. Kick out by Bianca. This doesn't actually mean anything, though, does it? If Bayley wins, like, she doesn't get anything, does she? Bayley pulling on the hair. Ah! The hair whip, man. We don't see it all that often, but when you do, it just reminds you of how flipping brutal it is. That can't be fun to take, can it? That cannot be fun to take. Belair. Do you reckon Montez at home is like, go on. Well, Bayley certainly wasn't inviting it, but she got it anyway. Do you think Kyrie will show up tomorrow? There is a little rumor doing the rounds that she could. That'd be good. And she goes after damage control. Is the GOAT CR7 coming out during Crown Jewel? Someone was saying earlier about the fact, no. He's got a game at the same time, I think. Mitchell said, I love the 2 cheeseburgers and fries and an orange high C. Don't know what an orange high C is, but 2 burgers and fries sounds pretty safe option. Bianca on the outside of the ring going over to Bayley. Grabbing Bayley by the hair. She's going to look to KOD her through the table. KOD her through the table. Boom! Through the table. Bayley down. Oh, man. Could you imagine whilst Bayley's down, Michael Cole just gives her a kiss. And she's out cold. And then she sees the footage next week, goes mental. Shamrock's shake is goated. Brony, shout out to you. Mr. Quake said, mine would be a spicy chicken salad. Coke Zero and fries and a McFlurry. Getting a fair bit there. I remember having a McDonald's pizza on holiday once at Legoland in Disney. Fancy. I've never had a pizza at McDonald's. This is why people boo Bianca. Bayley deaded, said Zoom Station. She got deaded. I'm a weird guy usually. If I get a Big Mac, I'll take off the top bun with the patty, munch on it, and then eat the rest after. I get really hungry if I eat everything all at once. I mean, that does sound weird, but there is method to your madness at least. Yeah, well, there we go. We are done. I mean, there's not really much to stick around for. It was a little bit shorter show than usual. All the spoilers were out there for it, unfortunately. I don't think there was a great deal to kind of bring people in on this one because, well, the results are out there and everyone knows it's about tomorrow. and it is all about tomorrow. And we're going to be live early tomorrow. So if you are around and you want to share your thoughts, your predictions, join us for those live reactions as we actually get some matches that have got a little bit of something about them. You know, I mean, like, I don't think it mattered if Bayley or Bianca won. I don't think it mattered if Brawling Brutes or Pretty Deadly won. I can't even remember any other matches that we saw tonight. But tomorrow we've got some title matches. We've got John Cena against Solo Sikoa. We've got Damian Priest against Cody Rhodes. And we have also got Sami Zayn against JD McDonough. So a few matches, a few titles on the line. We might see some title changes. We are in Saudi, and there are rumors that we might see Kairi Sane as well. There we go. Right. Appreciate the support, guys. We are back tomorrow. As I said, we're going to wrap it up a bit early because I need to set stuff up for tomorrow. I need to move. I need to go upstairs, start setting things up. So I'm going to go and start doing that now. But thanks a lot for joining us. Appreciate it as always. And I will see you tomorrow for Crown Jewel.